Hello, welcome back to the Gathering Hall. I'm Matthew, that's Brandon, and today we're going to be watching that dude talk about. Well, Brandon, why don't you give us the quick synopsis
Okay,
since you happen to know a little bit more about what we're actually watching.
I do.
Oh shit, do I not have.
Yay.
Can I not full screen you? Well, that's disappointing. There we go. There we go.
Yeah. Anyways, it's pretty simple.
Also, make sure. Yeah, okay, we got audio. We're good. So, what are we reacting to today, Brandon?
We're reacting to a YouTuber named Professor Dave Explains. He is a science communicator, and he's talking about the final experiment and what came out after. Well, the issues that arose after the final.
So, when you refer to issues, what are you referring to exactly? What issues?
How they react to
And they
the
being
truth, the flat Earth.
There you go. So that's what we're discussing.
So what the final experiment is on the flat Earth disk model that they have, well, at least one of the 40 they have. They
at least one of the 40.
They say it is impossible for the sun for a 24-hour day to be real. On their model, it does not work that way because the sun and the moon are kind of like this, and they kind of just go like this, so they're always
opposite.
Yeah. So for a 24-hour day to exist is not possible in the flat Earth model. And so a guy, we'll see his name here. I can't remember his name. Basically, came up with an idea that the globists say that in Antarctica at this certain time of year you will see a 24-hour day, and you got the flat earthers just saying that, you know, the government won't let you go to Antarctica and stuff like this, and that they'll shoot you on the side. And so he was like, okay, we're going to grab some people who believe in the globe, grab some people who believe in the flat earthers, and we're going to go to Antarctica, and if it sets, world's flat. If it doesn't set, world's a globe. And so it was actually a trial to get the flat earthers to go, even though most of them were like, man, if I would go prove it if I could go to Antarctica. As soon as they were given the chance to go to Antarctica, they're like, nah, I don't wanna.
But some did agree to go. We had how many went?
Four people who believe in the globe and 4 people that believe in flat Earth went to this. And this is the actual, like, he talks about what actually happened in the backlash that arose from the flat Earth community from this happening.
Okay, so that's the context that we need going into this reaction, correct?
Yes, because this is supposed to prove once and for all that the world is either flat or a globe, because one would work and one wouldn't work. That's why it's called the final experiment. How did you do that?
I don't even know how I did that. I didn't realize you could. Oh, well, I learned something new today.
Why would you want to do that?
You could click and drag your mouse on a video and pull open this sidebar. That's a thing you can do. Huh. We learned something today already.
I'll never use that.
I never will either, but it's a thing. All right, so let's get into this. Also, guys, for those of you that are watching this on demand, or heck, if anybody is in chat, check out the description. The link to the video that we're actually watching is there. You should absolutely go watch some of Dave's videos. He's very informative, and he does a fantastic job of communicating more complex things that are kind of hard to understand. You know what I mean? So
he is a science communicator.
He's good at what he does.
He was a teacher, so he knows how to communicate this in a way for people who don't necessarily understand.
He was a professor. And he actually taught at a college.
Yeah, for years.
Right.
So he knows what not only does he know what he's talking about, but he has the mindset of somebody who is there to teach. Now, he is obviously very brutal when he's debunking these conspiracy theorists.
Which I need to say, the reason that he is so aggressive towards this makes sense because he's fighting misinformation. And honestly, these people that are so steadfast in the belief
kind of need it. Like, there's
It's
a
like,
guy.
it's insulting to a degree.
There's a guy who believes that the moon is see-through.
But maybe throughout this video, maybe they'll change my mind, and
We will figure out if there is a 24-hour day or if the sun sets proving the flat Earth.
Right.
Either way, that's what this was supposed to be.
So let's get into this. That's weird. Oh, hold on. I gotta unmute you, Dave.
For the 24-hour sun? Well, that trip did indeed take place with several flat earthers in attendance, and the aftermath has been complete chaos. Let me fill you in on what happened down there and what's been going on since then. Once again, the whole point of the trip was to document the 24-hour sun that
so
flat
crazy.
earthers have said for years.
I know, isn't it amazing though?
That's
I
so
would
cool.
love to see this.
I would love to see it. I would stay up 24 hours to see it. Wake up at 12 a.m. Just see the sun just circle you.
You can almost sort of get the same effect in Alaska, because you obviously you're not going to get like a 24-hour sun, but you're going to get like a huge chunk
I know
of
that,
daylight
I know,
versus
in
nighttime.
the most recent one they did of this, the one I was talking to you about at McDonald's,
Mhm.
they one of the places you can get like a 20-hour day. But just to see the sun circle.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see it circle you.
But fucking cool.
You could still go outside. Like, I don't know the exact times or the exact lengths of time that the sun stays up in parts of Alaska, but it's crazy amounts. So you'd go outside just for shits and giggles at like 11:30 at night and the sun's still up. That would be weird. That'd be so weird.
Doesn't exist in the southern hemisphere, and it will surprise absolutely none of you that they saw exactly that. They were down there for 4 days, and the sun was circling above them in the clear sky the entire time.
And notice here, I want to point this out. Hey, what's going on, Ninja? Welcome back to the Gathering Hall. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. So, actually, I'm glad you're here because I wanted to mention to you that I'm going to pick up the Star Fox playthrough starting next week. I've decided to start playing it through next week. I don't know what day yet. Don't know what day exactly because life happens. But next week,
I
my
think
friend.
I'm gonna try to start at least doing some recording stuff.
This camera is tracking the sun perfectly. Do you notice that?
Just
cool.
like anyone who
It's
isn't
following
a
the
complete
camera.
moron
Yeah, that's
knew
so
was
cool.
going to happen. This was first documented in a live stream mere hours after they arrived on site. Let's check out some highlights from that live stream to kick things off.
And there you go, everyone.
Okay, so who is Will Duffy? Do you have any?
Will Duffy is the guy who orchestrated this all. He's the guy who was like, let's make this final experiment. The end all be all. That is who Will Duffy is.
Which it's not, because there are still people that are gonna.
This was supposed to be because, again, this is impossible to do on their current models. Any of them.
It's
Any of the many flat Earth models.
There's the sun in all of its glory, right there over the Ellsworth Mountains. So here we go. Keep in mind, you can see everybody's cameras out, but the sun is exactly where the globe predicted it would be. Not only is it midnight here, but you are actually looking due south. So the sun is still up, and it is to the south of us.
There you go, flat earthers. Case closed.
Case closed, Brandon. I wonder what you guys are watching. So we're watching a video discussing what was referred to as the last experiment, where this guy here, Will Duffy, sorry, took what was you said 4 flat earthers?
4 flat earthers and 4 people who believe in the globe, and he didn't pay for all of them, but he paid for some of them to go to Antarctica, because in Antarctica you can have a 24-hour day. And on the flat earthers model of all their models, it is impossible for there to be a 24-hour day. So this was meant to be that if the sun set during this time, obviously the earth is flat. If the sun didn't set and was just spinning around you, that can't happen on their model, so it has to be a globe. Every flat earther says it's possible to have a 24-hour day, so he was like, let's just go test it. Let's go there. And that's what this is.
Yeah, let me show you a graphic real quick.
And this
so
is
that everybody is on the same
watching
page.
a YouTuber called Professor Dave talk about this, because he is a science communicator. He is smart, and he knows what he's talking about. So that is this is his video. I would go subscribe to him. I'm sub to him. I watch his channel all the time.
Okay, so this here is the flat Earth day and night model, or like one representation of it, because they have so many different variations of this that it's impossible to keep it straight, right? So, based off of the way that this model works, the sun going around the sky, as it does in Antarctica during this time, is physically impossible with this model. It just simply can't exist.
And
which was the whole idea behind
and
this
they
experiment.
stated that it can't exist.
Yes.
So he was like, let's go to Antarctica and settle this once and for all. Whether the Earth is flat or a globe, let's go figure it out. And that's what this is supposed to be.
Why everyone is still about the stupid theory the world is flat?
Because they want to be special.
I couldn't honestly give you a definitive answer on that. I don't know either. I'm fascinated by it.
Part of it is the people who are like heading this are selling stuff and making money off of it. So
how can you sell this though? Like, how can you sell flat Earth?
Because people are stupid.
I mean, there's a level of intelligence there. To be honest, I mean, to give them credit for that. They found a way to monetize the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. But here we are. So we're only a minute into this, Brandon. This is gonna be a long one.
Overhead at midnight,
we're just explaining what's happening at the moment.
When you think it should be all the way on the other side of the pizza land, leaving them in total darkness. So you're wrong, and the Earth isn't flat. Of course, all flat earthers watching the live stream immediately accepted defeat and abandoned their cult of delusions to become normal contributing members of society. The end.
I'm gonna just go out on a limb here and say that is not what happened.
But Matthew, it disproves their model. It has to.
Brandon, how many times have I told you? They have a model to explain seasons, a model to explain day and night, a model to explain the Coriolis effect. You know what we, as normal people with brains,
we have one
model. One model that explains all of those phenomena. Like, literally, it does a perfect job of explaining everything we witness in nature.
Actually explain what they...
No, they don't. They don't work. Not only do they not explain what we've witnessed in reality, but they contradict each other. Like, it's so fascinating to me that there are people, grown people,
I also,
with thinking brains that absolutely 100% believe that this is the case. It's fascinating.
I want to state one thing that I think is really funny.
What's that? Because
it's going to come up later, and I want to state it now. Will Duffy is a pastor who believes in globular Earth. Keep that in mind. He is a religious man. Keep that in mind.
Are there penguins in Antarctica? I don't think there are. There might be. I don't know. But I think I remember reading a long time ago.
I like how penguins just kind of treat you as like weirdos, and they don't care about you because they don't have any natural predators, so they're not worried about anything. It's hilarious.
Well, I mean, they have natural predators, but they don't. It's not like they're not like preyed upon by everything.
Yeah,
it's sea lions almost exclusively, and polar bears and stuff like that. But anyways, we little people.
Let's continue.
I'm just kidding. It's going to be a non-stop train wreck of reality denial and coping mechanisms for the rest of the video. But what about the flat earthers in attendance? What do they have to say?
This is what I'm absolutely 100% in for. Like, I'm so curious. What do these people have to say when they witness this for themselves?
Well, I think this is Jaren, who is the ex-flat earther now.
So Jaren wisened up and realized...
Yes, because he calls himself a truther. And even though he was denying truth for 10 years... when he was given unmistakable facts about reality that he could not disprove, it kind of shattered the cult mentality.
Think about being this guy, though. You go to Antarctica, right?
Oh, he realizes how...
No, just let me finish. You go to Antarctica, you get down there, and you're there, and you're thinking, I can't wait. I can't wait for this sun to set. Let me finish. And then it doesn't. Could you imagine what that would have been? That would have been like an existential crisis for these people.
For him, it was not like that. Because like I told you, when they were in wherever they went before they went to Antarctica, the thing, he saw that the sun was setting in the opposite way, like it would on a hemisphere.
Right, because
so
they were in
already
southern
kind
hemisphere.
of knew it was going to do this. The other ones, yeah. And then,
their
of
whole
course,
world just got destroyed, and now what are they going to do with themselves?
A lot of coping.
A lot of coping.
Let's start with Jaren.
Sometimes you are wrong in life. And I
Yes,
thought that there was
Jaren,
no 24-hour sun.
it's
In fact, I was
fine to
pretty sure
admit
of it.
that you're incorrect
But
about something.
I respect Will Duffy for being a stand-up guy, at least in the way that he kept saying it was true. I kept saying it wasn't. He said, "You want to go? I'll take you," and brought me here. And it's a fact. The sun does circle you in the south. So what does that mean? You guys are gonna have to figure that out yourself. Don't listen to my beliefs or my opinion.
I'm going to tell you what that means. We live in a heliocentric solar system, and the Earth is round. That's what that means. Like, ta-da! Problem solved.
It shouldn't matter to you, but at least you should be able to accept that the sun does exactly what these guys said as far as circles the southern continent. So that's about it. I realize that I'll be called a shill for just saying that, and you know what? If you're a shill for being honest, so be it.
I gotta say, though, respect for being able to say this against an entire, like, conglomerate of people that believe what this guy said.
I
right?
actually have a huge respect for Jared because
yeah, huge respect for that.
he not only is he no longer a flat earther, but now he is in the battle to debunk flat earthers. Like, he has completely shifted poles.
Yeah, it takes a certain level of self-awareness and a certain level of maturity and to be able to admit when you're that like incredibly wrong about something, when you're just blatantly wrong. A lot of people can't do it.
No,
Honestly,
that's what happened to you.
There was no 24-hour sun.
That is what
I
happens,
honestly
probably.
don't believe there is. That's it. If you want to call me a shill, so be it.
Mr. Beast went to Antarctica 2 years ago. Did he? I've honestly never watched any of Mr. Beast content.
I've
kind
only
of
seen
old for it.
one short, and it was it Mr. Beast? I think it was.
I did try his chocolate. I wasn't real impressed.
I
to
didn't
be
try
honest.
his chocolate.
His chocolate is it's very thick, very hard to chew, and it's kind of mediocre in general. It just doesn't have a great flavor.
But
It's like really thick Hershey's.
yeah, I haven't seen any actual Mr. Beast content. It's just not my type of thing.
Not mine either.
I like.
Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong
No,
with if you like
it-
Mr. Beast's content. Like,
It's kind of how I feel
You know,
about
whatever,
anything
dude.
else. If you like, murder mysteries, I'm not going to judge you on
I love
that.
murder mysteries.
But I like more like geared towards fantasy kind of reading.
Yeah, and I'm more sci-fi. I like sci-fi, and you like fantasy. But at the same time, I love fantasy
And
too.
I read sci-fi now.
Yeah, I'm working on a sci-fi novel. Oh shit! I jumped ahead like a bunch.
Yeah.
Fuck! I wanted to listen to what Jaren had to say.
Duffy for being a stand-up
2
guy,
minutes
at
in,
least
Brandon.
in the way
We've
that
been
he
streaming for
kept
20.
saying it was true. I kept saying it wasn't.
I knew this was going to be
He
a
said,
while.
"You want to
Yeah.
go? I'll take you." And
It
brought me
is.
here, and it's a
Get your
fact.
popcorn
The
ready.
sun,
We're gonna be here for a
does
minute.
Circle you in the south. So,
so
what does
cool
that
to
mean?
see.
You guys are gonna have to figure that out yourself. Don't listen to my beliefs or my opinion. It shouldn't matter to you. But at least you should be able to.
It's not an opinion if it's an objective fact. It's not a belief if it's an objective fact. At some point, things stop being, I believe that this is true, when it is just true. Would you agree with that?
Accept that the sun does exactly what these guys said as far as circles the southern continent. So that's about it. I realize that I'll be called a shill.
Yeah, man.
for just
Huge
saying that,
respect
and
for
you know
being
what?
able to do this, because
If you're a
it takes
shill for
guts.
being honest,
It really does.
So be it.
I guarantee you
honestly
he's
believe there was
absolutely
no
lost
24-hour
friendships
sun.
over this.
I honestly
Oh, yeah.
don't believe there is. That's it.
He's lost a
you
whole
wanna call me a shill?
community.
Right.
So be it.
They sure will, Jaron. They sure will.
So,
but more on that.
if I had a hat,
later.
I'd take it
Now
off
it's
to him.
Austin's turn.
Yeah, so I mean, I was one of the people that said I
He
definitely didn't
is
think
still a flat earther.
I gotta hear his reasoning.
that there was a 24-hour sun. We obviously haven't actually seen the sun for 24 hours, but
How long were they done? They were done there for 4 days, right?
Yes. This is the first stream.
it is
Okay.
doing what
I just
they
wanted to know
said
how
it
long.
would do. Very clearly.
They were
It
going to
is
be there
still
for 5,
dancing
but
around
weather.
high in the sky.
And you know how
So
bad weather
obviously
can
we're
get in
documenting it.
Antarctica. So
But yeah,
I don't, because I've never been to Antarctica.
they can get pretty bad. You could be held up there for like months.
Like,
See how red his
obviously
nose is?
it's not a tourist attraction.
No.
I know it's crazy though, because it does get sort of warm there too. Like, I mean, not like hot, but like like you were saying, upper like 50s and 60s.
Mm-hmm.
That's
He
never
talks-
would have expected that.
Yeah, he talks about it in this. I am a Hershey's guy. I will defend it from the monster festivals.
Hey, I am I'm a fat boy, dude. Look, I got all this blubber. I love chocolate, dude. I'm a chocolate connoisseur. Kinda, not really.
My favorite thing is milk, man. I just love milk.
I don't like super sweet chocolates, is what it is. I'm more of a dark chocolate fan myself. So Mr. Beast's chocolate is just like straight sugar, and it's not my bag.
It sells.
Well, yeah, that's why it sells. But as I've gotten older, like sweet things just don't do it for me
Yeah.
anymore. I'm much more into savory flavors.
Same. I
Like-
don't know what it. I like. I remember being like, "There's no way I won't like this when I'm an adult." And there's very few sweet things I actually like enjoy consuming.
Right, me too. Which again, I'm kind of chunky, and you would look at me and think you probably eat cupcakes and snack cakes all the time, fatty.
I
But
can't.
I really don't. I don't like snack cakes
The
and shit.
only snack cake I still eat is the strawberry shortcake.
Very occasional.
Yeah, and it's like a maybe one like a box per year kind of thing.
Right.
I said what I feel about this the whole time. Truth doesn't fear investigation. I think that we're truly trying to figure out the truth. Obviously, some people think that what we were told is the truth. I don't think that, but I do think that people need to be honest and humble and be like, whoa, you know,
If Earth is round, how comes
we
we're
were
not dizzy?
wrong.
Exactly.
It's cute that Austin thinks flat earthers have the capacity for
Yeah.
honesty, since he's not exactly famous.
Can you
for it
feel
himself.
yourself moving right now, Solar?
That's it. It's got to be flat because we're moving and I can't feel that.
Yeah.
I can't feel what was it? The turbulence. The turbulence when you're in
Well,
an airplane.
yeah, because you could feel you could feel yourself moving in an airplane because of turbulence.
Except that's not true either.
It-
Like if there is no turbulence.
yeah, if you're in a vacuum and you're flying at 60 miles an hour, you would not feel yourself moving.
But while we're on the subject, are you guys really in Antarctica? Come on, get real. Isn't this Greenland or something?
They followed through with their word. We are in Antarctica. I can assure you, we tracked it with multiple compasses the entire way we were going south or just off of south for 4 consecutive hours from Punta Arenas. I can guarantee you that's
Punta
where we
Arenas
were
is the
as
where,
well. So
Is the what?
Punta Arenas is where Jaren was like,
Oh no, it's
Oh.
setting on the wrong side.
yeah, it's sitting on the wrong side.
Whatever, shill. Anything else?
well, this is pretty like legendary stuff. Like no one's ever actually done this. We have multiple cameras. We have cameras documenting the camera. We have everything you could imagine. This has never been done. We're getting the sunspots. We're getting every different angle you can imagine. It's truly amazing. It's very cool. We're doing a lot of firsts.
No, Austin, what you're doing is not new or remarkable at all. You are not a hero or a
Yeah,
pioneer.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure we've definitely had footage of this already, but it was fake, right? It was Hollywood.
Oh yeah, the globe.
of any
I
kind.
can't wait for us to get there. I've seen this before. Just
I haven't seen this. Brandon has.
You're just one of the only flat earthers who accepted a free trip to Antarctica, a place where humans have been doing research since the middle of the 19th century. Everything you are doing has been done countless times. Flat earthers just say it's all fake, which is why someone paid for you to go and see for yourself. Do you think the rest will keep pretending it's all fake, even though you're telling them it's
Hey, Will Duffy. Earth is flat. Take me to Antarctica so I can see the sun go around the sky.
yeah, we'll definitely let's do another final experiment.
Come on, make it the follow up.
I think the Earth is a cube and a triangle. You know, depending on the seasons, the Earth changes with the seasons.
I wonder if there's people that actually think that. Like,
that the Earth
legitimately.
shifts with the season. I
Right,
would
right.
love to talk to them because
Would you though? Because I think
Yes.
it would be really frustrating.
I would love
Because
to talk
you can
to
tell
them.
somebody like we're about to find out. You can tell people again objective facts, and they just put blinders on, and it's like, oh, that doesn't exist. That doesn't exist because it flies in the face of what I want to believe. It's the same with religion. Not to get super philosophical, but it's no different.
real. I guess
It's
we'll
the church
find
of
out, won't we?
flat
Now let's
Earth.
check with another flat earther named Jonathan.
We really just want to see things for ourselves, and this has been unbelievable.
Which
I
there's
wish it
nothing
would
wrong
set.
with that either.
Yeah.
I think the
At all,
magic
there's
of
nothing wrong
set-
with that.
A setting sun would make me.
There it is,
a lot
green screen
happier. I'll sleep
confirmed.
Better. The mountain, the setting
What?
sun would make me.
Pause it.
a-
Look at his pocket.
What about his pocket?
That's the guy's chroma key to cut out green. So green screen confirmed.
Okay, so no, if no, I'm not gonna let you make that comment.
No, that's
Listen, I'm not gonna let that comment be made without explaining why that is not gonna freaking work. Hello, Ben. Hello.
Ben.
So let's just all this aside. Let's just pretend for a minute that they are using a green screen, and that his pocket on his shirt would be the exact same color as the green screen they're using. So that's why it's cutting it out.
Yeah.
If that were the case, you would be seeing the sky through his chest.
Or whatever the green screen actually
Or whatever they were
is.
putting on the back of the green screen. You would see that on his chest.
Yeah. But no, that's proof that the green screen exists somehow. This is how desperate they are.
Okay. It is kind of like, why would you not? I don't know. I don't think he needs to use a chroma key for this, but
No, he uses it on his normal ones. He just didn't turn it off.
oh, okay.
He
okay.
forgot to turn it
Okay,
off.
I understand.
Yeah.
A lot happier. I'll sleep better. The mountains, you can't see any behind us, but the mountain here is like, I mean, I think we're probably a little further.
You see how the text is kind of going in there? That's what you would see with the
Yeah.
sky.
now, but
You would see the sky.
Right, because if
on
they're
his shirt.
projecting that green screen or that sky onto the green screen,
It basically
would be
make it
projected
look
onto
like
his...
he had a giant hole in his breast.
Correct. You ever seen like the weatherman when he wears the wrong color in his tie or something?
And he's just like fucking floating.
Yeah, that's exactly what would happen, except it would just be that.
That's
little
why like those people who like are like special effects and stuff, they wear like green, completely cover themselves
Correct.
in green clothing.
Yes.
Is because then they're invisible to the actual product. That's why you see that.
A very popular chocolate brand in your country of Colombia called Jet. I would love to try some foreign chocolates.
I'd
That
love
would
to
be-
just
we
try
would-
foreign
If I got my
snacks.
hands on like a bunch
2
of foreign
miles.
chocolate, we would absolutely do a discussion hall on that, like a reaction to it. I love that kind of stuff.
from our camp, and it looks like you could touch it. Just overall incredible.
Cool beans, Jonathan. Anyway, this specific part of the live stream leads us to our first big conspiracy from the flat earthers watching at home. Jonathan has a patch of green, as well as other little bits of green on his jacket. This live stream is happening from Will Duffy's computer, and Will uses a green screen at home. That's how he gets his logo behind
Which
him
is
for
why
all
you
of his
see
videos and
TFE on his
interviews.
chest.
The
Because
final
he uses a green
experiment.
screen, he uses a chroma key, which he happened to leave on, along with his default background, the TFE logo. That's why the green parts of Jonathan's jacket look transparent as he moves around. You're basically seeing a green screen effect on those green parts of his jacket due to the chroma key being on. Naturally, flat earthers at home decided this meant they are filming in front of a green screen to fake their surroundings.
Like, tell me you
Of
don't know
course, in
how green
reality,
screens
this
work.
actually
right?
proves they are not in front of a green screen, or what's happening on his jacket would be happening to the entire background.
Exactly. I'm
The
glad that
chroma
he's
key
explaining
takes
it
out
too.
anything green. Look, it even happens earlier in the stream when they go into this building and look at a scale, and when the display lights up green, it disappears and you see a little piece of the TFE logo. There's no screen anywhere. It's just the chroma key removing green things exactly
Waiting
like it's
for
supposed to
lunch.
do.
What are you
Not
gonna have
to
for
mention
lunch,
the
my
fact that
guy?
there are countless times over their stay that they are filming things from all different directions.
How did your
and also
stream go today,
turn
Ben?
The camera around 360
If you did
degrees,
stream,
like
I don't know.
Will does at the end
YouTube
of
doesn't
this
send me
live stream.
notifications all the time.
Green screens are flat, but the notion that flat earthers understand basic spatial reasoning, let alone
Technology.
how green screens actually work, is
I love
not
trying
even
to,
worth
like,
discussing,
read it the
since
way
they can
he
barely
types
tie
it.
their own shoes. But let's see how they run with it.
Am I gonna get a copyright strike for this fucking music?
I mean, if he didn't get copyright, you.
I don't
should
know
get
if he did or not.
copyright.
I'd like to invite Jonathan Morandi to come on.
It's cute how flat earthers pretend that reality is cartoons when all of their attempts to substantiate a flat earth rely exclusively on shitty cartoons.
Like, look at this. How? So I believe this is representing the moon, right?
Yeah, and that's the
and this
sun.
is the sun.
And so
So on this model, I want them to take this model because these never change distances. Take this model
and explain an eclipse.
and explain an eclipse to me with this model. It's not going to happen because it literally can't. At no point on their model for day and night cycle does the moon ever move underneath the sun to block
I
it.
can explain it.
Can you? Is it
Yes.
refraction and electromagnetism? Because
No.
that's what they always point to.
So obviously the moon and the sun don't change
Right.
But the ground changes, so we shift so that
Well, the sun and moon still aren't moving, dude.
we're rocking like
The sun and moon still are not moving.
No, we're rocking like this. So sometimes we're on this side of the moon, so it's blocking the sun, and then we go on this side, which is
Okay,
blocking
so explain a lunar eclipse, which
See?
is when the moon passes in Earth's shadow, which you can see on the moon itself. You can see the shadow of Earth on the moon. That's why you get crescent moons.
You know, it's a four-dimensional thing. It's just swinging in random directions.
It just doesn't. It just falls apart at the slightest scrutiny.
Not to mention that would cause other issues of, like, you know, density and buoyancy bullshit.
Don't get me started on
But what do you
density and
expect from
buoyancy,
these
Brandon.
intellectual toddlers?
Hello from the South Pole.
Green screen
So I can hear
busted.
myself. This is an amazing experience. Thank you, Will. It's been really great to know everybody and meet everyone. Dave, who's been my roommate.
Pack it up.
That's what they
guys.
say about the
Green
moon
screen
landing, too.
busted.
Mhm.
The arrow
That
is
it
pointing
was
to
on
a
a green
jacket,
screen.
not a screen.
I love
but there are
Neil's
3
take on that,
Refresh my memory.
where he's like, okay, so they went to Hollywood and they were like, okay, we're going to need this, and then we're going to make it like this, and we need this to do the gravity and stuff like that. And then he's like, you know what? It'll be easier just to film it on site.
Right, it literally would have been, especially at the time period that was done in.
Like,
But you know,
yeah, no, it's fake.
all of the scientists all across
They're
the world,
lying
they're all
to you.
lying to you.
No, not scientists. They're lying to you.
Oh, it's they.
Yeah,
They are lying to us. Okay.
Whoever they are, they're lying to you. Don't trust them. Don't trust physics.
Don't trust people that have spent their entire lives studying these things.
Don't trust
exclamation point.
anything
So
that
this is
has
pretty
fact.
convincing.
To the Flat Earth team, you know, I
Yes, for a split second it says screenshot at East Australia at. That's not even a sentence, but more importantly, it can't possibly mean anything. There is no area of Australia that looks like Antarctica, and if he is pretending that they are in a studio in front of a green screen, why the hell would they go to Australia to do that? Anyone else?
Dave, you gonna get me a copyright claim?
You're
David.
Definition of perks FTW.
You're
to talk
treading
about a
dangerous
green
ground,
screen.
Dave.
Definitely not a green screen.
Dave.
It's also cute when
Professor.
cartoons like this. The obvious implication being that all of us globers are just zombies regurgitating the false narratives fed to us by the mainstream media. In reality, they're the boners glued to Rumble and BitChute, repeating the lies they hear from the dumbest frauds alive, while other people, even other flat earthers, go to Antarctica and actually do something. Pathetic.
The green screen experiment. That's what they gave us.
This is gonna be a long episode, boys. This is gonna be a real long episode.
It was obvious that, you know, that was going to end up that way
Yeah, it was obvious.
because
Yep. Definitely.
logically it doesn't make sense. that,
Logically,
someone would pay.
You know, I've seen that said. Man, Chili Willy, it's literally a classic cartoon. I've never watched it.
I've never even heard of it until this. So
But damn it, I forgot what I was gonna say. Chili Willy made me
he's
forget.
talking about how it can't happen logically.
Yeah, okay, so that's what they always say. Well, that doesn't make sense. Or that doesn't, logically that can't happen.
On your thing, it doesn't make sense. You're right.
Just because you don't understand something doesn't make it false.
Yeah.
I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson that said that the universe is under no obligation to make sense to you.
No, because
It
we're
just
not
isn't.
special. We're just a blip. No matter how well we do, we're just a blip in the grand scheme of things.
And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm an expert on like phenomena in the universe and gravitational waves and orbits, and I know very basic fundamentals that I learned in elementary school. It's really not that hard to understand. But let's keep going because I want to go through some more of this.
$35,000, okay, for each person to go to Antarctica. It's just who's gonna pay $35,000 a person, you know? It just doesn't make sense.
Well, he thought doing this would finally shut all of you assholes up for good. It was a little naive of him, but I commend him for trying. Is this really the best you guys can do? It has to be green screen, even though it definitely isn't, because who would pay money to go there? This is embarrassing even for you, and I'm not even going to touch all the numerology bullshit this moron pivots to at the end of this video. It's all so stupid, in fact.
That guy!
Even
I watched
other
a video with
flat
this guy.
earthers started talking about how stupid it is.
They're in a green screen studio. Bull crap, not true, no green screen. And for those of you saying that there was a green screen because of that glitch on Will's video, I'm going to show you again exactly how it happened, right? I have my green screen studio turned on, but I don't have a green screen. This is real. Touch it. To move it. Right? This is real back here. If I have a green patch, I'm going to put it right on where that guy had his, and as he moves around, this is all you saw. This is it.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Guys down there, and now everyone's turning on.
This is the guy that said that that daylight doesn't come from the sun, though. I need to. This is a quote. The sun does not, or how does it go? Now I forgot. God
I don't
dang.
know. I hadn't seen it, so.
I forgot exactly how he said it. But he says that the sun is not what daylight comes from. This daylight comes from the sky. Because when you're behind your house and the sun is on the other side of your house and it's still daylight out, you can read your book.
Something along those lines.
You know, let's forget about the fact that, you know, atmosphere has all kinds of particles in it that scatters light. No, it's, you know, so he did say that. So I can't give him a lot of credit, but he is right about this at least.
Them. Everyone's saying, oh, they were in a green screen studio. They were not.
Chris Chan and Sonichu, we did a discussion hall on Chris Chan. It was very gross.
Yeah, if you want to learn about that, we have a discussion hall on it.
Flat earthers that they're stupid for suggesting the green screen thing. How low do you have to sink, fellas? Of course, he's already foreshadowing things to come with these idiotic little diagrams.
What am I even looking at here?
I'm assuming.
What the fuck am I even looking at?
This is their new model for why it circles. The sun is that center point. You just kind of goes in the center.
No, from what this looks like to me, is this is the sun.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it orbits this arbitrary point. That this arbitrary point orbits Earth.
But then, how does that get to the center? You know.
But we can see that the sun doesn't change sizes. So if it was orbiting this arbitrary fucking line here, it would change size in the sky when it was moving.
Matthew, it would on the original model too.
I know, but this one doesn't work either.
No.
And this one still can't explain solar eclipses.
Yes, it can, because that stays. So what happens is the sun circles that orb, and every once in a while that orbs moves. So eventually the moon will get to the sun and block the sun.
Oh, silly me! I'm fucking stupid.
Trying to justify what they saw, so get ready for all of them to present crap like this for the next several years. Anyway, buzz about the green screen was going around immediately after this first live stream, so the next day, Will and the gang did another live stream called There Are No Green Screens in Antarctica.
And so the conspiracy now is that we're not in Antarctica and it's a green screen. And so we are going to refute that right now 3 ways. Irrefutable proof that we are not using a green screen. Number 1,
I don't see his breath, Brandon. Obviously, it's not cool.
That is one of them. Yeah, you won't think of one that they haven't coped already, Matthew. Let me tell you that right
I was
now.
fucking joking, bro.
You won't find a joke that they're not coping about. You can try all you want.
I thought I had it.
So we are both live streaming each other. That would not be possible if there was a green screen. Hello. Number 2, I am going to grab Jonathan. So Jonathan Morandi, when he went on camera, he had a patch on his shirt that was greenish.
I'm telling you, bro, it's going to be a lengthy fucking stream. We might not actually get through the whole thing.
In color, which was removed because of the...
Because I have so much to say about this topic in particular that I know I'm going to be constantly interrupting. So that's why, like I said, there is a link in the description to this video. Like if you want a good laugh and you don't want me constantly interrupting, absolutely go check
Yeah,
out.
go check
Dave's
out his
video.
other stuff. He's super.
Yeah, he's got all.
smart.
He doesn't just do flat Earth stuff too. He does all kinds of shit.
No, I'm in the middle of watching one talking about
Climate change.
Climate change deniers.
Right, he does like anti-vax stuff, and he does all kinds of like science-based debating,
And he
it's
does
really
even,
interesting.
not only that, he has other videos where he just talks about science. That's
Mhm.
kind of how he got into this, because in one of his last videos he did of that was one saying that the Earth isn't flat, which was taken up by the Globe Busters, and then he had to go to that, and that kind of got them his start of doing this like science debating.
Chroma key. So I have now taken that off, and so now you can see the color of the patch, and it's there, which would have disappeared with a green screen. Thank you so much. You can get back to filming. So anyway, how it works is when you have things like this is the water bottle I've been using out here.
Well, dude,
that
I
are green
greatly
in color,
appreciate
and you have that
your
chroma key turned on,
patronage.
it removes that. Here is a can of.
You know what I would have done to disprove this?
Hmm.
I would have just ran into the distance.
Oh, don't worry. Just keep watching.
Of some Chilean Pringles called Crispos. You'll notice here the red and the green color. So
Crispo.
no green screen.
So that should have been sufficient for any normal person. Multiple people are live streaming at the same time, looking in different directions, and everyone sees the same background.
It's a green screen
Not possible
dome!
in front of a flat
Did they
green
say
screen
that?
directly behind one
Yes.
camera. They hold up
Damn.
green objects, and nothing goes transparent. Which
What if
is
it's
also
a
not
okay? Well, it can't be a
possible in front
blue
of green
screen because they've got
Well,
blue
let's try
on.
one more thing.
This is my DJI drone that I brought to.
I wonder how that would. You know, if
Antarctica.
it's not cold enough
So
to
here
show
we
his
go.
breath,
Let
it would
me
fly okay.
Yeah.
go ahead and launch this here real quick for you guys. All right, here we go.
Home points updated.
So what is he doing?
You'll see.
Okay, hopefully you can hear me with the drone, but I'm also.
That's a CGI drone. That's why he flew it off screen.
No, that's not what they say.
So I came up with one.
I guess.
Yeah, it's a CGI drone. That's why I had to go off screen first, so they could replace it in post processing.
You guys
to
keep in mind they're still
record.
on the green screen thing, and that this isn't actually like a vast vast empty desolate wasteland.
Is he gonna poke it?
What the drone is videoing, which is my screen. And I'm going to go backward. So obviously, there was a green screen. This drone would not be able to fly backward toward MC Toon, who's also live streaming. And who's also filming the drone.
But
Okay.
that sensor right there would disprove that it's a CGI one. And
What sensor?
that's a sensor to say it's getting close to something, kind of like.
Oh,
your
they
car,
could just put that sound effect in there.
I guess.
All right, now I'm going to come right back to us.
But he didn't go far enough. That green screen could be really big. Could be a green dome.
All right.
Big, giant, like, studio-sized dome.
We'll get there.
Bootleg
And
Pringles.
back again.
So there you go. You all watched the drone go really far back, so there's obviously no screen there. Right? Right, guys?
Do you think it was a real
Duffy's
location?
drone. Did you see the thing where Duffy's drone?
Yeah,
It went
when
on
he
past
put one in his
McToon.
hand. And, yeah.
Well, yeah, but it went back.
Sovereign
right?
Soul,
Why-
Unchained Mind, Bubblegum Boy, RG the Artist, and Joe Cool.
Like, these guys are okay. Like, this fucking bubblegum guy. He's whatever.
They're
You know,
flat Earth.
Joe Cool. You
He's
know,
the
I know.
NPC of
RG the
NPC.
Artist is fine. Sovereign Soul,
Soul,
Unchained
Unchained
Mind.
Mind.
There's no helping this
Matthew,
fucking guy.
His tagline is NPC of NPC.
Infinite awareness. Isn't that the most ironic fucking thing that he could have ever put underneath that name?
Drive it forward and show us on the camera from the drone what's forward of you. But nevertheless, he drove it backward to say, see, you can't do that with a green screen. Well, you can in one of them studios, one of them volume studios that we've been talking about, right? So what happens is this drone that he's got has a proximity alert. And when it gets within a range of an object that it could collide with, it beeps. And the closer it gets to it, it beeps faster. And to a point where when it's in danger of crashing into something, you can't make it go any further.
Okay. What about all the other ways they had explained and
No,
shown?
They just need one smoking gun.
That's the problem. That's the fucking problem. They literally showed multiple different ways that they're not on a green screen.
They changed the chroma key to a different color.
They literally showed multiple different ways. It wasn't just the chroma key either, dude. They had multiple people live streaming from multiple different fucking
That's
angles.
because it's a studio, Matthew. You can have multiple. And don't worry, the dome thing will be coming.
Right.
All right.
I was saying that too.
So Duffy flies this thing, and we figured it out just by watching Duffy or Toon's footsteps that he was approximately 16 feet. It looks like he's further because of the focal length of the way the camera works.
Brandon, they're experts in every field.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I wish I had their level of
That's how
fucking
you
knowledge.
know that they're right with their models, obviously.
This whole time I've been wrong about it.
But based on his footsteps, he was
Yeah.
approximately 16
I mean, look at
feet.
Joe Cool. That's a guy you can trust.
I'm sitting here looking at
And I
fucking
mean, Sovereign Soul, Unchained Mind is definitely a guy I would trust to know what he's talking about.
Look, Brandon, he's in a space station. Obviously,
Is he in
that's
a
all
space
faked.
station?
That's what it is. He's in a fucking space station. It's all fake. He's proving it by creating this set. He's showing you that, look at this. I can do it too. I want to see him float around in zero G, though.
Behind Duffy. Duffy flies the
I watched a couple
drone
live streams from the
back
International
toward,
Space Station when, I can't remember his
Toon,
name.
who's standing here. So it's kind of
I don't know, they were talking about like how they eat peanut butter sandwiches on like tortillas and shit because they can't use bread because bread crumbles and goes everywhere. I'm not even listening to this guy because he's fucking
Then it goes
stupid.
on. Then it goes deep, 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 deep.
We're gonna skip ahead, but I want to see.
So there's screen.
And back again. All right.
Did
now
you
I'm
see
gonna
what
come
actually
right
is
back
happening?
to us?
Yeah, dude is close to it. That's
No,
what happened.
It stopped beeping. Then the guy who started walking towards it started beeping again.
Yes,
and
that's- I
they're
know.
saying that was the green screen. That's why I didn't go farther
But
away.
I want to point out, it's beeping.
All right. Now I'm
He's
gonna
walking
come
away
right
from
back
it.
to us.
The green
Stop.
screen wouldn't move. It would still be beeping.
Yeah.
That's why I went back, because I wanted to see.
And
And he's just fucking wrong. He's lying.
He gets
He's just
closer.
flat out lying at that point.
Oh.
Okay, so we're gonna go back ahead.
It's one of them volume studios. He's got has a product. The green screen. It beeps to a point. Go any further just by watching Duffy or Toon's footsteps that he was works. Duffy flies the fuck, so it's kind of lateral to him. It goes by him, and you hear it go deep, 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 deep. Then it goes on. Then it goes deep, 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 deep.
But it didn't. We just fucking watched it. He's just lying.
Matthew, he's a flat earther. They don't lie.
He's just flat out lying.
Deep, 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 deep.
It would just, if it was still sitting there, it would continue to make that noise, would it not? I don't know for sure because I don't own a drone, but that's kind of how proximity sensors work. They don't just stop working, you know?
I mean, you own a car that has it, so does
Yeah,
it stop
and
working?
it beeps. It's like when you're backing up. If there's something behind you, it keeps beeping.
There's nothing there. Empty sky.
Jesus Christ. The drone controller beeped because the drone was close to MC Toon, genius. What do you think it was beeping for? We proved to you there's no screen, so what was it? The fucking firmament? Any other bright ideas, fellas?
So there was no reflection. Goes to
What
screen, comes back on screen, then
the drone is videoing.
Where's the
So
gotcha
that's
here?
telling me the reflection in his glasses aren't real either.
What? What about?
I missed something.
Yeah.
Drone is videoing.
What are
So
we?
that's telling me the reflection in his glasses aren't real either.
It
Now,
doesn't.
doesn't that corroborate what we said with his green screen?
What?
Weird.
Wait.
Could he not be
Oh,
wearing
never
green
mind,
screen
okay.
glasses?
Green screen glasses.
I'm gonna have like a permanent handprint on my forehead where I keep like I literally it's like getting punched in the face every time something like this happens.
You know,
I
I've
lose
watched
brain
this.
cells.
Doesn't mean I remember everything. I do remember the green screen glasses. As soon as he said that, I was like, I remember this. But
What the shit are green screen glasses? That's not a thing. Also, the reflection in his glasses obviously is real. You can see Will's arm that he's extending in
And
real
the camera.
time. There's nothing more adorable than watching idiot flat earthers play detective like elementary school children in the playground sandbox. Anyway, let's dispel this bullshit in a neat and tidy manner. Someone named Where's Wally put all of these live streams together into one video so we can see simultaneous footage from Will, MC Toon's phone, the drone camera, Dave, and Mark.
Okay, hopefully you can hear me with the drone, but I'm also going to
Look at that top one, Brandon. It's completely blown out. Obviously, their green screen was failing because they're trying to film from so many angles, right?
record.
that would
what
put a
the
strain
drone
on the
is
green
videoing
screen.
with my screen.
I'm saying it as dumb as possible
Oh.
because they
And I'm
say
gonna go
dumb
backwards.
shit like that.
So obviously, there was a green screen. This drone would not be able to fly backwards. Toward MC
You see,
Toon, who's also
It stopped,
It stopped beeping.
and he starts walking towards
who's
it.
also filming the drone.
And look how close he is to it.
Now watch, as he backs away.
All right, now.
Oh, look at that!
Right
The
back
beeping not only slows, but it stops
Eh.
entirely.
to us.
And look, it stopped. It has stopped. And now it's moving closer again. And there's the beeping.
Well, that should put this drone bullshit to rest. No,
Yeah.
we clearly see what's happening from 5 different angles, including the drone camera itself. We clearly see the beeping occur as the drone approaches MC Toon, stop as it goes past him, and then start again as it passes him going back the other way. So we can all drop this green screen bullshit now, right?
We are live from Crusade.
No! No! No!
I love these.
Oh, I was joking!
What? Oh no, the dome?
Oh my god! I told you, Brandon. You literally could put these people on a fucking rocket, launch them into orbit, and they would still try to say that it was fake.
Leaders of the Resistance headquarters. I am King Nico, and we
Oh,
are
King
currently
Nico!
exposing the final experiment.
What's going on, Sir
The
Meta Knight? Good to see you
Crusaders
again,
of
my
the
friend.
Resistance
Have a
headquarters,
burger.
Also known as
A
King
big
Nico's
burger.
mom's basement. Did mommy stock you up with your favorite snacks
Hello
for this
there,
super
Sir
important
Midnight.
broadcast, Nikki?
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf! We want it now!
A bunch of Freemasons
What the
travel
fuck?
to an area.
They also always say Freemasons. What the fuck is Freemasons?
I don't know.
Let's just Google Freemasons. I'm curious.
Because I hear it all the fucking time. And
What
I
is
don't know
Freemasons? Freemasons, or Freemasonry, is the world's oldest fraternal organization originating from medieval stonemasons guilds and now operating as non-religious self-improvement association for men of good moral character. What the fuck does that have to do with what they're trying to figure out here?
Do you want me to answer that?
It's an establishment that they think is pushing a narrative? Is that what they're getting at?
It is the oldest establishment, so obviously they have their fingers in the government and all that stuff. That's why you hear it for everything.
It's a fucking buzzword, dude.
Yeah,
it is a buzzword.
It's the they, the reptilioids, that kind of thing. It's just the
Good
next
God.
variant of that.
What did you have, Sir Meta Knight?
So fun.
Welcome to this idiocy.
We're learning that the Earth is definitely flat because they faked the final experiment.
Somehow filmed 24-hour sun, which is pretty much impossible on both.
I'm so fucking happy that he said that, though, that it is impossible on both, which includes the stupid-ass flat Earth model that doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, that's why they're on a globe. No, sorry, they're in a dome, not a globe. Sorry, that was a Freudian slip on my half.
Models, the heliocentric and the geocentric model.
You have no idea what Freemasons are. The word you're looking for is supposedly. They objectively did go to Antarctica, and all you are the
heliocentric and the geocentric model.
There's your Freemasons, guys.
Those
are the surviving members of the Freemasons.
Look at those bastards.
Those
plotting.
motherfuckers. Look at this guy here. This motherfucker here is super untrustworthy looking.
I don't know, the one to his...
Oh, man, this guy?
That guy, yeah.
Holy shit.
He is definitely planning.
He absolutely has an agenda.
He's planning. Look at him.
Look at this guy. Shifty-eyed motherfucker.
I was gonna say, he's definitely looking over at the flat Earth model. Like, they see it, and he's looking over at it. You can just tell.
Keep them, uninformed, Brandon. That's how we can
that guy, the second to the left, he's definitely trolling people. You could see that smile.
Mm.
I was at work yesterday, and we had just a brief second of like the power turning off and on.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked over to one of my coworkers because I was separating truck, and I walked over. I was like, wouldn't it be really funny if these like super elite, like secret organizations that do all this like trolling, like planting seeds for people to follow. if they just had like light switches to every single like building in the world, and they just walk over, and go.
Nosferatu.
Just think of how that would be so in character for them. They're like, you look at the dollar sign, and then you connect it to the $10. Then you go over to where the...
That's kind of like their whole the stupid goddamn brake pack boxes, saving them a fucking $1 per box.
But like, it's
wipe
just
your ass with that $1.
It's just the thing that like. When they talk about these secret organizations and how they figured out they exist, it's always like the secret organizations planting clues for them to find.
Right.
And send them on these wild goose chases. It would be 100% within their modus operandi, too. Just go over, just flick switches just to troll fucking things.
Brandon is a ramen connoisseur. He likes him some ramen. I'm not a huge fan.
I love ramen, dude. I love, like, noodly dishes in general.
You like pasta?
I like pasta.
I like pasta.
But I like my pasta to be a specific way.
You have no idea what Freemasons are. The word you're...
I didn't know what Freemasons are.
I didn't either, but I wasn't saying
I did a 2-second Google search and got a basic definition of what Freemason is,
and
it has nothing to do with flat Earth.
I wasn't saying that they were controlling the world.
What you're looking for is supposedly. They objectively did go to Antarctica, and all you assholes live tracked their flight there, which went directly south from the southern tip of
congratulations,
Argentina.
bro.
And a 24-hour sun isn't impossible at all. That's why they definitely did see it, as we all expected.
No secret agent is, or secret organization is secret enough for you.
Right on guard now, so I would be trained to figure out.
Notice how many videos
before they could ever do that. No secret organization is secret enough for me. You know what? I believe you. You need to find out what the Freemasons are doing.
Away from 666.
What their plan is.
Wow, you're really good with numbers, buddy. It's so cool how you knew which number came next. Anything else?
Because
I missed something there. I missed something, and I need to know what it was.
And a 24-hour sun isn't impossible at all. That's why they definitely did see it, as we all expected by having basic spatial reasoning skills.
That's so cool.
You notice, I want to point out,
did see it
because this is something that a lot of people, like, not even people that understand that our Earth is not a fucking flat disc that makes no sense whatsoever, even people that know that we are on a globe, don't really comprehend how scales work in the universe. So I'm glad that they did put this down here, that simplified model, not to scale.
Yeah.
Because if this was to scale,
The
Earth
sun
would be
is the same
Earth would
size.
be like a fucking pixel.
Yeah. Or you got the people that are like, oh, the Earth is the same size as the sun. You know how long travel would take if you
Well, first off, we wouldn't exist. We couldn't live in a world
No,
with
we'd
that
be
much
fucking
gravity.
crushed.
Like, we just never would have existed.
You know those like
I don't
scenes-
I don't even know what kind of life would be able to exist
You know
on
those
a
scenes.
planet of that size.
You know those scenes where like, they control gravity on somebody, they just like fall to the floor, just like crush into the floor.
Yeah.
That would be us.
Yeah. We could never
Anyways,
live on a
I
planet
found
like that.
Waldo, and sorry, I was eating my lunch while reading a comic.
Dude, comics are fun.
Well, after recent studies, I can conclude that Freemasons are in fact not all named Masons, but they are free. Does that help any? That's part of it. That's part of the disguise. They're trying to say they're all named Masons.
You have a good sense of humor, my guy. I like you.
We all expected by having basic spatial reasoning skills.
160.
What were you eating, Ultimate Ninja?
Subscribers.
Or was he the one eating ramen?
Notice how many videos
thought
he
that
has
was
posted.
Meta-Knight.
665 videos.
Oh no!
Everyone has to get there eventually, unless you stop at.
There was a point in
665.
time where we had 666 videos on our channel. Because we're over that number now. That's just how numbers work.
I'm gonna continue making videos until I get 666.
And then you're just gonna stop. Yeah.
That's just one away from 666.
Wow, you're really good with numbers, buddy. It's so cool.
What
how
does
you
that
knew
have to
which
do
number came
with
next.
anything?
Anything else?
Devil
Because
worshippers.
online, everyone's talking about green screens. And I'm like, yes, green screen is a very valid point, considering some of the videos they posted had some green screen effect in it, and everyone is still holding on to and screaming green screen.
It's a very valid point. Don't worry.
He's talking about some dumb shit that we've already talked about. I was
Yeah.
just looking at all of his tabs, and I'm thinking, what are all your tabs? Because I can't imagine there's anything in these tabs that's intelligent at all.
He's actually subbed
No,
to like
only
Neil
idiots
deGrasse
are
Tyson.
screaming green screen because they prove to you there are no green
Star Talk
screens
is awesome.
4 different
Would
ways.
recommend it if you
And
guys
while
like
watching
smart
some of these
podcasts.
videos, I
Check out
immediately
Star
saw
Talk.
that
It's good
there's a
stuff.
separation between the sky and the floor, which is the staged sky.
Okay, hold on.
Prove to you there are no green screens 4 different ways.
And while watching some of these videos, I immediately saw that there's a separation between the sky and the floor, which is
What?
I was reading the Ten Ben Chakwerchik's comic, and I was eating fresh fries with rice and chicken beef. What the hell is chicken beef?
I would imagine, Brandon, it's chicken and beef in a dish.
But I want to know like what it actually is. I understand that that's the dish, but what is the like component? Like, how do you make chicken beef and not just beef and chicken?
Thanks for checking out the stream, Sir Meta-Knight. Love you, man. Hope to see you in some future ones.
Yeah.
the staged
Have fun.
setting here. Where
It's an important
snow
job
looks like
that
it's
you
been
are
brought
currently
in,
doing.
And there's a line.
Yeah,
here that
we gotta
goes
we gotta
pretty much
get
all
the
way around
Freemasons.
setting.
No, I'm serious. Like, all jokes aside.
Oh yeah, being a
if
security guard.
if he's the guy that's standing in there checking people through metal detectors,
Yeah.
very important job that needs to be done these days. So, good on you, my guy. Good on you. Much respect for you.
But with your new title comes new responsibilities.
Yes, with your new title, you must now investigate the Freemasons to the full extent of your abilities.
So we can prove once and for all that they're controlling the sun.
That they have taken over everything, and they're selling us propaganda for reasons. I guess to keep us out of the paradise of Antarctica.
Yeah, I mean, look at it.
I do want to go there.
Yeah,
but not because it's
apparently
paradise.
it's super beautiful, and I think it would be. You know, all that like glistening snow, the mountains. I think
Right.
it would look really cool.
I've seen mountains in person. They look fucking awesome. And you know what? A good indicator of scale. If you ever find yourself with an abundance of money and you feel like traveling, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Go to the Grand Canyon and just try to take in the size of the Grand Canyon.
it's
It is
small.
so vast, so enormous that when you're looking at it, it's hard to really comprehend. It's kind of amazing.
We'll figure out payment once you got the information, sir. Man, we'll figure out.
So, yeah, it's really amazing. And that is a very infinitesimally small portion of Earth
and which is
in a
an
snapshot.
infinitesimal small thing of the solar system, which is infinitesimally small to the galaxy, which is infinitesimally small to the universe.
But there are billions of galaxies.
So,
So yeah, it's really, really crazy to think about.
So the sky.
These people don't understand scale.
I'm
That's a
saying,
huge part of the
is
problem.
Not a green screen, but is actual LED screens because they're standing inside of a sphere. So here's the sphere in Las Vegas, and
All right, I gotta do a thing. Hold on, give me just a moment. Hold on. This is important. This is for educational purposes. Educational purposes. We need to do this. I need to show you what the interior of this sphere looks like. There you go. There's the interior of the Las Vegas sphere. It is a big, giant fucking theater with rows upon rows of seating.
Matthew, they removed all the seating for this.
It's built into the fucking structure!
Matthew, they moved it. Actually, no, their theory is that they built one in Antarctica for them.
This was the first of its kind, and it's the only one that exists.
Yeah, but now they've built it once, they can do it again easily.
Oh, okay. We can just do that, huh?
the screens can show images on the outside and also on the inside. So let's quickly see some of this video that's showing the inside of one of these.
It's actually on my bucket list to go to the Las Vegas Sphere and see
You're
something.
just gonna have to wait a few decades.
But yeah, it's kind of out. It's unobtainable at the moment.
Spheres.
Right, it's a huge sphere, like the one in Las Vegas. You know, the one that cost $2.3 billion to build, which is why seeing a show there is so insanely expensive. Small town Colorado pastor Will Duffy and his Freemason handlers
I mean,
spent several $billion building another sphere thingy in Antarctica.
well, okay, Professor Dave, if I'm going to remain objective here, I don't think they're saying that Duffy here is the one that funded the project to build this sphere.
No, the Freemasons did, which is what
Correct.
he said. He
Which
said
is
it
dumb
is
as
Freemason
fuck.
handlers.
Spent several $billion building another sphere thingy in Antarctica because, again, they were provably in Antarctica. Then they brought a bunch of fresh snow inside the sphere to make a little Antarctica set. Again, in Antarctica. And they did all that for the singular purpose of recording a few live streams to trick flat earthers.
$2.3 billion.
No, that's
To
not how
keep
much.
the lie going.
That's not how much it cost, Matthew. They're exaggerating. It's an hyperbole.
I have a 80-inch television sitting out there. Do you know how much the TV cost?
$300.
Try like $1,200. That's just 80 inches of screen. Do you know how fucking big the Las Vegas Dome is?
Like 2 feet.
Yeah, it's 2 feet. It costs them like 3 cents per screen. Even if it costs them 3 cents per screen, holy shit. It's enormous. It's fucking huge.
Nothing wrong with that logic at all.
And even in this
The
footage, I can see that
Chequatrix
the sky
is an
not
alternate
real.
Ben 10. Yeah, I
All
was
that's
asking what
real,
chicken beef
all
is.
surrounding is LED screens.
Brain's like, I don't care about
Based
comics.
on
What is chicken
dumbass?
beef?
Wishful thinking? How should a real
Like, what
sky
is
look?
chicken beef?
Exactly like this.
I
It's
understand
the real
what the
sky?
Chequatrix
Pathetic.
is.
Your own flat Earth heroes, Jaren and Austin, are telling you what they're seeing. You don't
Quatrix.
care what they have to say all of a sudden?
True Christians, as Jeranism has been an antichrist and a grifter and shill since day one of when he started pretending to be a flat earther.
10 years ago. He's been deep undercover.
He has been in this shit for a decade. And now he's just like all of a sudden deciding he's done with it?
No, he's always been a fake flat earther. He's been undercover for 10 years. Just to out himself for some
I understand.
unknown
Zero
reason.
flat earthers were involved with this. The TFE hoax.
What are they
Every
pointing
single
at there that says no shadow?
flat earthers were involved with this.
It couldn't be that there might be slight undulations in the ground there that are blocking the shadow. Oh no.
The TFE hoax.
Also, there is absolutely a shadow on that stand right there. Without
Every
question.
single one of them is fake and working for the NWO.
Do you think Dave is in on it?
Exactly.
He must be.
My thoughts and everything you've said I agree with, so thank you.
That's a fun little loophole you guys have going. Any flat earther who says anything you don't want to hear is not a real flat earther and never was. Convenient.
Again, I'm not saying they were in Vegas. I'm just saying that there's a sphere in Vegas that pretty much shows the capabilities of the technology. And yes, they say it costs $2.3 billion, but come on now, they can put a price on anything and say it costs that much just to make us think that.
Okay, I just want to ask a very, very serious question. And I'm not trying to make fun of anybody here, and I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm actually seriously asking this question. What would they benefit by lying about how much it cost to build anything ever?
So they could charge more for the tickets.
Okay, that's fair. They can charge more for the tickets. Moving on.
Yeah, totally.
They definitely lied to me so that they can charge me more for the tickets. Not that this was a completely new, one of a kind, never been done before.
Look at the fucking basketball. That looks fucking cool.
Chicken breasts.
Oh, okay.
I like me some chicken breasts.
I love chicken in general. Chicken is so good.
You know what I like even better than chicken breasts? Chicken thighs.
I like chicken legs.
You know what I like even better than chicken thighs? Drumsticks.
Yeah, chicken legs are so good. Chicken wings also just like.
Chicken wings are like my least favorite part.
Not
They take so
about,
much effort to get into the meat because it's just like a whole bone.
Not the actual wings. I'm talking about the wings that you.
The fake wings.
Yeah, no, I don't know what part of the chicken they actually come from.
I don't either.
But,
they're little tiny legs. But little drumsticks.
Yeah, but they're so good, dude. I
remember when Pizza Hut had really good drumsticks or chicken wings, and then they just fucking ruined it.
Yeah.
Remember when Pizza Hut used to be actually decent, and then they just I don't know what happened. They just shit the bed.
Do you know how I learned that they murdered their chicken wings?
How's that?
It was during band. We had to we were on a trip, and somebody was like, "Guys, let's order pizza." We ordered Pizza Hut pizza, and we were so scared about getting in trouble that we were like trying to be all stealthy about it.
Mm-hmm.
It was hilarious. I'll tell the whole story another time if somebody wants to hear it. But we got there, and they came in that like new black orb thing, and we opened it up, and I was like, "Oh, this is gross. What happened?"
What did they do? You like chicken wings? I like chicken wings.
They're lying about how much
my
it
least
costs
favorite part
to
of the
build
chicken, but I don't
something
mind
like
them.
that because reasons. In actuality, it costs about $1,200, and anyone can do it on their own with parts you can find around the house. Tune in next week for more building projects the government doesn't want you to know about. Surely no other flat earthers are dumb enough to run with this idiotic premise, right? Wrong. Neo-Nazi Eric Dubé ran.
That is a bold statement to call somebody a neo-Nazi. I don't know anything about whoever this guy is, but
I need to. I think one of the videos I need to watch of his is him. There's like 200 undisputable flat Earth facts that he debunks, and I think it's from Dubai or Dubai, or whatever his name is.
Why am I getting a message?
Aliens.
Who is messaging me on Discord?
Aliens.
Oh, it's flat Earth. Okay. That's nice.
What? Surely no other flat
Who
earthers
was it,
are
actually?
dumb enough to run with
I
this
don't know.
idiotic premise, right? Wrong. Neo-Nazi Eric Dubé ran with it and has been running with it ever since.
The final experiment has finally happened. After half a year of hype, Will Duffy's band of globe defenders have performed what they deem a death blow to flat Earth.
It is.
So how did they do it? Did they find and measure the globe's mythical curvature?
Maybe just maybe it's possible.
You know, I love that. Did you hear what he said?
Did they
No, we'll go back.
Did they find and measure the globe's mythical curvature? We have measured the curvature.
Correct.
Did they find and measure the globe's mythical curvature? Did they film a convex horizon without using a fisheye lens?
Oh my
Did they
God, these people, dude. The fisheye lens argument is so tired.
Stormfront.
Literally,
from the
dude,
boys and Nazi.
anybody
Amazing.
can see the curvature of the Earth.
Stormfront
Literally
from the
anybody.
boys in Nazi. How do you say?
Stormfront from the boys is a Nazi.
Oh, okay, so that is Nazi. Okay, I thought I was saying something wrong
Which
there. For a
he
sec.
is correct, because Stormfront was a Nazi. She died.
navigate in a perfectly straight line and return to their starting point? Or did they construct a demonstrable model of water sticking to a spinning ball?
There it is! My favorite one!
Water that sticks to a spinning ball.
You know what we should do?
What's that, dude?
If we ever get, like, super wealthy, we need to, like, take a trip, go a decent bit into space, and then just do that. 'Cause we
I
could.
would, if I ever had the opportunity, I would sell a kidney to go to space. I'm not even joking.
I wouldn't. My life would fall apart.
I would sell a kidney to go to space.
I'll sell my heart
I would
instead.
fucking love the opportunity to see space. I think that would be amazing. To see Earth from
mean,
that
if I
perspective, I
ever-
think would be profoundly life-changing.
I completely agree with Neil. If I ever were to, like I was dying and I got to choose how I died.
Into a black hole?
Into a black hole.
That's what he said, too.
Yeah, I completely agree with him. I think that would be so fucking cool and fascinating.
And until you get spaghetti-fied. And
Yeah, the pain of
that
being...
sounds kind of awful, gonna be honest.
I mean, you're dying, it doesn't really matter.
I don't, at the same time, though, would we even be able to comprehend what that would be?
No, I don't think you'd ever comprehend you dying.
I think it would be
just...
horribly painful, but you would have no concept of what was happening to your body.
Yeah, it'd be, or maybe, new frontier.
Yeah, we
You
don't
live
know.
and you make it through.
I mean, that's what we think would happen, but nobody's ever flown into a black hole and come back out and said, this is what happens. You can't. You literally can't do that.
I've evolved to a higher being. Bow at my feet.
I am a multi-dimensional being. I can travel through the dimension of time in any direction, at any point, at any time.
I don't like
I exist everywhere all at once.
I don't like you. Who?
I do believe in
Exactly.
aliens. Absolutely, man. There's not a doubt in my mind.
Okay,
I'm not going to say
question.
that there's like green men floating around out there, but there's without question somewhere out there in the universe there is at least some form of biological life.
When I say I believe in aliens, I believe aliens exist in our universe. I don't believe they have come here.
Correct. I don't think aliens have been here. But I do believe that it is inevitable that life has found a foothold elsewhere in
There
the
are
universe.
billions of galaxies.
With billions of stars.
The odds of us being the only ones, especially since we have found like microbial life, but the signs of microbial life on Mars,
which is really cool.
Which is in our solar system. To say that in every single billions of galaxies and all the solar systems inside, there wasn't another one.
It is extraordinarily arrogant to believe that that is impossible.
It also is extraordinarily
ignorant would be another word.
Arrogant to believe that they would give a shit about us.
Correct. I think, at the same time, though, I don't know that necessarily there's another civilization out there because of how things evolve over time. It takes so long for life to evolve. So what we could see as life on another planet might be the starting point of life on that planet. Or maybe there's another planet out there where life has already gone through a full cycle where there was life. Life existed for millions of years and has since died off. We don't know.
We got, billions of years.
The likelihood of there being a civilization that is in the same place that ours is today, that is extraordinarily low. That is just, that's a fact.
I would say that there still could be a civilization, just not...
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's an
ours.
extraordinarily low possibility that they are in the same position where we are now, where we are just starting to travel forth into interstellar space.
I would say that it would be more likely that they're already ahead of us. Because we have a lot of things that were holding us back.
Like, I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah, don't get into it.
But you know exactly,
I
exactly
know
what
exactly what you're going to say.
You know exactly where I'm at on that front.
Yeah.
No. They didn't even attempt any of these things that flat earthers have actually called for and admitted would provide evidence for the globe. Instead, they made up their own straw man experiment and laid...
Do you know what I want to know? Do any of these motherfuckers know what the term straw man actually means?
I don't.
I don't go around using it in daily fucking language either. So let's
either.
look up the definition of a straw man argument. Okay, so here we go. This is the AI overview, and I know everybody's like, it's AI, but it's probably factually the right answer. A straw man argument, a logical fallacy where someone misrepresents, distorts, or exaggerates their opponent's actual argument to make it easier to attack and refute. They're not doing that.
Instead
They're
of
proving
addressing
to
the
you that you're
original
wrong with
point,
objective truths.
The person constructs a weaker straw man version of the argument, attacks it, and claims to have defeated the real argument, creating the false impression that the opponent's true position is invalid. Which, that doesn't work in the context he's saying.
No, because that's not what they're doing. They're
No.
giving you objective facts.
You guys have stated a million times that a 24-hour day is impossible on that, and it would never happen.
And they're showing you that it is possible.
So they're not creating a weaker version of it.
Correct. They are giving you direct contradictory evidence against
In
your
fact,
argument.
if you want to say anything
That
about-
is the basis of a debate. That's not a straw man argument.
Labeled it final, with the hope that their results would be the last words on the flat versus globe debate.
Well,
Should've
isn't
been.
this
Could you imagine being this fucking stupid, though? Like, I'm not one to be, like, to brag about my intelligence or how smart
Dude,
I am.
I got a 16-digit IQ.
Like, that's not me, you know. I don't brag
No.
about that sort of thing.
I actually think I'm not that smart.
Right. Like I said earlier in this live stream, I have a basic fundamental understanding of how certain things work. I'm not an expert in any field. I will be the first to admit that. But to sit here and to just blatantly ignore the facts that you're being shown makes you a fucking idiot. If they had gone down there and had proven that
the Earth, that it said,
I would immediately have all sorts of questions that I would go out of my way to try to find answers.
These flat earthers would have been like, "Yeah, we told you." Yeah.
And if that would have been the case, all right, dude. They did. They told me. They told me the Earth was flat, and then I would do other things, corroborating experiments to further corroborate that finding.
It would not be a good thing for Homelander to take over the world. It would not end well.
Homelander's my favorite character in that series, though. He is sick. That poor guy that he made shuck his mushroom, if you know what I'm talking about. I feel so bad for that guy.
Never watched it.
He lasers his dick off.
I still think the worst thing I've ever seen is the Sins one. The lady. Not Homelander. You're talking about like sexual deaths now.
I wasn't talking about sexual deaths. What the fuck? What are you doing, dude? Let's get back to this, you
that
weirdo.
proves you wrong and keep spewing this make water stick to a ball bullshit, no matter how many
Oh,
times
yeah, I forgot
people
that they
explain
said
to
that.
you how it's completely meaningless. Hey, Eric, did you forget about all the times you've said this?
In order to fit the heliocentric globe model, this midnight sun phenomenon must also occur for observers south of the Antarctic Circle during winter solstice. Depending how far south the observer is, the sun should be seen for several days or weeks, never fully setting, just like it does in the north. In reality, however, there is never 24-hour
Never got into
sunlight
Gen V, gonna be
anywhere
honest.
in Antarctica at any time of year.
You've been emphatically stating for years that there's no 24-hour sun in Antarctica. You were offered a fully paid trip to go see for yourself. You declined like a coward. But now that other flat earthers went and saw it for themselves,
I would have jumped at that opportunity.
Yeah.
I would have jumped at that opportunity. Why didn't he reach out to us? We're content creators. We get dozens of views.
We get maybe like 5.
we get a baker's dozen views. Why didn't we get to go?
you turn into a revisionist and pretend you've never made such claims, and that seeing the 24...
Isn't that amazing? I've seen that happen with other shit, too, not even about Flat Earth, where somebody is given, like, an objective fact that contradicts what they want to believe in, so then they just say, well, I never said that. We have video evidence of you saying that dumb shit! What are you talking about? Like, I could go back to your previous live streams, see you say that this shit didn't exist and it's impossible. How can you just sit here and lie to people like that?
I can't remember if it's...
It's fucking crazy!
I can't remember if it's in this one or not, but one of their smoking guns is that we flat earthers can improve our models, you globists can't.
But there's no need to improve our model. There is zero need to improve
Unlike
the globe
you
model.
Globists,
It explains everything.
We fix our mistakes or some bullshit.
I'd have to see that clip. That's fucking
Our
hilarious.
sun doesn't change anything anyway. Well, yes, it does, Eric. It proves you wrong. You said it's impossible on a flat Earth, and they saw it. So
Impossible
the Earth isn't flat,
on a
no matter how much
globular
you want
Earth.
to whine about your dry balls.
Since this one fact would destroy the heliocentric globe model, there is and has been since the 1950s.
You know what's
an
really funny
Antarctic
about this right
treaty
here?
Signed by over.
What's that?
Look at what he's showing right here.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the moon over there?
No, I believe that is a lens flare.
Is and has
Okay.
been since the 1950s.
Yes, that's a lens
an
flare.
Antarctic treaty
You're seeing the curve of
signed
the,
by
of the
over
lens.
50 countries, banning all independent travel
really
and
hoping that'd be the moon.
exploration of the Antarctic. Excluding overpriced, chaperoned penguin tours and government-approved contractors, nobody is allowed to step foot in Antarctica.
That's just factually not true.
Mhm.
That is literally factually
Mhm.
not true.
The what was it? The Antarctic Treaty makes it where they shoot on sight.
Let's look up the Antarctic Treaty. All right, so the Antarctic Treaty. Here we go, Antarctic Treaty. This is coming from Secretariat of the Antarctic Treaty. Okay, that's fascinating. Let's see here. What does it actually mean?
It's basically saying they won't develop like weapons.
Yeah, but I want to see where it says that. I might have to do digging into this on a separate video. See, Brandon got me started on this whole flat Earth thing, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He was like, "Hey, I've watched this video about this guy named Lord Jamar. You should watch it." Fuck you, Brandon.
Actually, I'll just tell you that
Fuck you very much.
he believed that the moon
Some
was
measures
see-through.
adopted by ATMC together in their attachments and information of their legal status. Measure does not approved. Go to measure. Oh, good lord. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of reading for me, I think. But I am going to absolutely read this. Yeah, I'll do that on my own time.
There, I gave you some reading material.
You?
Especially not during winter.
Because I don't know, like, again, I have zero issue admitting when I don't know something, and I don't know what is in the Antarctic Treaty. There may be a clause in there that says if you step foot on Antarctica, NASA's going to fill you full of lead.
There isn't.
I doubt it, but it's possible.
Solstice, when there should supposedly be constant 24-hour sunlight.
Well, don't you sound stupid now, Eric? Was this a penguin tour? I didn't see any penguins. How did these guys get past all the NASA guards?
The
Also,
nebula
you
in
clearly have never
Quasar
read
ARG?
this treaty you're always talking about
I will
because
check
it
that out.
says nothing like that.
Oh, hey, look. There was some
Also,
stuff. All right, so the Antarctic Treaty was signed in Washington on December 1st, 1959 by 12 countries whose scientists had been active in and around Antarctica during the International Geophysical Year of 1957 to 1958, and entered into force in 1961 and has since been acceded? What does that word even mean? Preceded? Is that like preceded?
Acceded, yeah, kind of like
Like it came
been,
after?
It's been adopted by other
Okay.
countries. Because if you put it in that term, it's since been adopted to many other countries.
Okay.
Total. I assume it's something along those lines. Other countries have joined this treaty.
That's not a word I see very often.
No.
The total number of parties to the treaty is now 58. Some important provisions to the treaty, Antarctica should be used for peaceful purposes only. So they're not going to allow you to like detonate nukes or something
or
in
even
Antarctica.
build weapons.
Or even to have weaponry.
Yeah, it's
freedom of scientific investigation in Antarctica and cooperation toward that end shall continue. Scientific observation and results from Antarctica. I have trouble with that word.
Antarctica?
Yes, I do. Shall be exchanged. A motherfucker.
Yes!
Hey everyone,
Ah!
remember the video from a few
Where
months ago
were
about the
we?
big Antarctica trip to check for the 24-hour sun? Well, that trip did indeed take place with several flat earthers in attendance, and the aftermath has been
We're close.
complete chaos. Let me fill you in on what happened down there and what's been going on since then. Once again, the whole point of the trip was so basically for years and Cupid had this treaty you're
Perfect.
always talking about because it says nothing like that. Conspiracies this stupid fall apart when you actually read the thing you're referencing. So basically, for
Which I'm just going to say it right now. Everybody that has any kind of theory on something, you should do the research into that thing that you have a theory about.
Oh, yeah.
You shouldn't just, like, don't take my word for it that Earth is round and is not the
Take
center of the universe.
mine.
Go out, if you have questions, go out and do experiments and learn for yourself and make those conclusions for yourself.
Like wise man
If-
once said,
if-
the Google debunkers will lie to you.
If you go out and you do the experiments and you conclude that Earth is flat, I can't help you. There's nothing I can say that is going to convince you otherwise. But if you do the experiments, you're going to actually find the opposite.
years and years, Eric has admitted that a
Do the
24-hour
experiments.
sun in Antarctica would prove the Earth is a sphere, which is why nobody is allowed to go and check for themselves, which is why he has in the past been so desperate to explore the realm and check out Antarctica for
Yeah, he
himself.
declined to go.
Well, why can't I? Similar to like Antarctica, but why can't I go see for myself? Why are you just telling me, oh, it's a globe, it's a little continent on the bottom, you don't fall off because.
And you notice how they frame stuff when they talk about the globe Earth too?
They make it sound like the person saying it is stupid.
Like, just the way he is
it's a
saying,
globe.
yes, and the way he's like flipping his hand around, and it immediately gives the air of just disavowing this information, and that's fucking stupid. I'm sorry, it is.
The gravity, you're good. Don't bother going there. Well, why can't I go and see? I want to
You
go there
can.
and check it out for myself.
He was.
and
You
then
got
all of a
offered to.
sudden-
Yeah, he was
couldn't do that.
invited.
And yet somehow this trip confirming the 24-hour sun is just a big bowl of dumb that has nothing to do with anything Eric has ever said, you guys. I said that nobody is allowed to go to Antarctica, but you guys going to Antarctica doesn't prove me wrong at all. I said that there is no 24-hour sun, but you guys documenting a 24-hour sun doesn't prove me wrong at all. You hit me right in the face with the dodgeball, but that doesn't mean I'm out, you guys.
Actually doesn't.
You're being mean to me. I'm going to tell the teacher on you.
Usually
Pathetic.
above the
Anyway,
shoulders
as
is a
promised, here's
foul.
Eric jumping on the LED screen bandwagon.
As footage continues releasing, and astute internet sleuths continue analyzing anomalies and inconsistencies, it's becoming...
What anomalies and what inconsistencies? Are we talking about the beeping drone? Because we've already talked about why that was happening. If we're talking about the green screen, we explained, before he even explained, like I didn't even need Professor Dave to explain to me
Yeah,
that green screen was working in the way that it was working. Or the lack thereof, I guess I should say.
Yeah, the fact that his body would have had a massive hole in it.
But, so what consistent inconsistencies are we talking about here?
increasingly clear that the so-called final experiment's 24-hour Antarctic sun was just another faked event recorded on a film set.
Yep.
Unbeknownst to most, for the past few
Look, Brandon, they're showing the filming of a film, or the creation of a film set.
recorded
Did you know
on a
what I
film
noticed
set.
immediately? Look how small it is.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't have been able to even fly the drone.
Half
Half the distance it went.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to most, for the past few years, portable, panoramic, 360-degree LED
Yeah, those were
studio
pretty
setups
horrific.
now exist.
Those were
and they're
awful,
being used
awful
for
things.
Hollywood productions like The Mandalorian and many others.
Yeah, they did a thing on a Star Wars, so anything I want to be fake must be fake because I say
They didn't live stream this fucking movie from the set, though.
Nope.
Which immediately makes you look dumb as fuck.
so. We have firmly arrived at the post-truth era, folks. From this point forward, there will be no convincing any conspiracy theorist of anything because of whatever fill-in-the-blank technology they decide to throw at you. Everything real is fake, and everything fake is real because they say so,
If I agree
until
with it.
humanity destroys itself by asphyxiating on its own stupidity.
To begin with, watch the supposed sun circling around.
You know what I'm noticing? There are shadows on all the things, and the shadows are following the direct path that they should be following.
No, that's all fake.
Such good CGI.
There actually is a shadow that they pointed
around during their 24-hour time-lapse video, and pay close attention to its shape. Notice how the sun changes from
Because a fucking cloud passed in front of it? Is that what he's getting ready to say, dude?
I don't know.
Is that what he's about to point
I
to?
speak stupid, but
like,
I can
did you
only...
notice? Look.
circling around.
Okay, you can see the
during
clouds.
their
They're
24-hour
moving.
time-lapse video,
And oh,
pay
it did.
close
It changed
attention
shape.
to its
Oh,
shape.
there's clouds. It's changing shape again.
Notice how the sun changes from circular to being smushed down horizontally, back to perfectly circular, then smushed across vertically, and then
Using a lens, dude.
back again. This is not how the sun usually looks or behaves in person, or in genuine...
Correct! Because your eyeball isn't gonna fucking do that!
footage of the phenomenon from the Arctic.
Okay, well, they captured this footage from multiple angles, so any rational person would conclude it's an optical effect and then compare it with different footage. But you're not really one for investigative rigor, so let's move on.
Pay attention to the changes in length and direction of McToon's shadow as he paces around the base camp. In the space of walking only a matter of feet, his shadow somehow completely changes direction.
Matthew, you go fake. I can see the shit. We're not in the room we're in. This is all CGI LED screens. I don't know what he's doing, so I guess I'll talk while he does this. He's walking. I assume he's going outside. Well, he's opening the fridge, grabbing a water, grabbing 2 waters. Look at that. I don't know what he's doing. I thought he was gonna reveal he had alcohol already. What are you doing? And decided this was the thing you were going to do? Okay. Don't worry, I was commentating the entire time.
Good job.
I thought you were going to do like a shadow experiment. I was just gonna tell you to wait. There's a guy who debunks it on this video. That's not even Dave.
Nah, dude, I'm just thirsty. Thanks for doing a house tour. Yeah, did you enjoy my basement? It's a mess. It's a fucking mess right now. Alright, back to this stupid shit.
And triples in length.
Does it really triple in length, genius? Were you there?
Or does
to
he just
measure
get
it?
closer?
If you were walking alongside him, would it appear to triple in length? Or does this have something to do with perspective as he walks towards the camera?
The following is a simple demonstration of how light and shadows work depending on the distance.
Okay, but the problem here is your camera's really close. Now take your camera and move it, what is it, like fucking...
It would be like 6
some-
houses down.
Hold on, I can't remember the exact number and I don't want to misquote it. Brandon had this the other day.
93 million miles?
I believe
It's
you're right.
93.616.
93 million miles. Yes, you're correct. 93 million miles. So you need to take your phone, move it 93 million miles out into the depths of space, and then do your little shadow experiment. Because what you're doing here is literally fucking worthless. It means absolutely nothing.
Don't worry. We actually have somebody who does actual fucking
light source. In the first example, the light source is held close to the action figure as he
'cause it's
moves
not
along
close.
the table, and we see quite pronounced changes in the length and direction of his shadow.
Funny how flat earth experiments always involve children's toys, huh? Hey, Eric, why don't you get off your ass and try this outside with real shadows and real people? Oh, right, that would involve having both a shred of intellectual integrity and also a single friend willing to spend time with you.
Now let's watch as McToon and Austin Whitsitt respond to commenters asking them to show their breath in the Antarctic. As they blow hot air out their mouths in freezing temperatures, there should be a cloudy mist.
I'm really hoping that the people that were running this pulled up the weather in Antarctica and showed the current temperature.
I don't know if they did or not.
They really should have.
Dave
forms in
explains
front of
it
their
though.
faces as the water vapor in their breath condenses. Instead, however, every time they blow, not a trace of fog appears.
Freezing temp.
All right, the highest temperature on the Antarctic mainland was 83.6 degrees Celsius, 64.9 degrees at the Esperanza base. Esperanza. Argentina on 6th of February 2020, the lowest air temperature recorded, the lowest reliably measured temperature on Antarctica was set 21st of July 1983 when the temperature, oh
You
my
might
God!
need a jacket.
Holy crap!
Just like a thin one, kind of like
that is intensely cold.
This might be a little too thick for that. I would hate to be in that weather.
You couldn't go outside without goggles and shit on. Your fucking eyeballs
They
would
were there
freeze.
around the solstice. That's the warmest time of year. Record temperatures have been up to the 60s. When they were there, it was probably in the upper 30s. Cold, but not freezing. That's what happens when the sun doesn't set. Also, if they were shooting this in a studio, why the fuck wouldn't they just make the studio cold? Use your brain, Eric.
So after exhaling his vape hit into the camera, rather than picking up some...
What?
Why the fuck wouldn't they just make the studio cold? Use your brain, Eric.
That is a fantastic movie that too many people have not seen.
What?
The Last Action Figure. No. Jingle All the Way. I thought Turbo Man was from fucking...
Wreck-It Ralph.
Hold on. I gotta find this. We'll keep listening to these idiots.
Exhaling his vape hit into the camera, rather than picking up some of the snow that was all around him,
Last Action.
for some reason, Austin walks several feet away and picks up a bit of snow from over there, then walks it back to the camera and lets it fall to the ground. If snow is everywhere all around him,
it is from Jingle All the Way.
Way over there
you
to
were
get
correct.
Okay, after
I got those
this
two
thing
movies
about-
confused. They're both Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, so,
the vaping, which will come back later. Eric whines about
But yes,
Austin
Jingle All
going
the Way
10
is a
feet
good
away
movie.
to pick up some snow.
So is The Last Action Hero.
Seriously? The snow under them was heavily groomed so that it's easy to walk on, so we went over there to get some. If it was a studio, why wouldn't they just put the snow everywhere? Snow there but not here, so it's fake? That's what you're going with?
Anytime close-up footage of their feet was shown, their footprints always failed to make any impression in the snow. Here, he moves his left foot, and there is no impression, footprint, or displaced snow.
Yeah, it's heavily groomed, so it was hardened and compacted. It's not like fluffy, fresh snow that leaves big, crunchy footprints, and yet they are clearly leaving some footprints. This idiot examines one step that does...
But it completely ignores the multitude of other footprints, including the ones that are fucking right here!
That's fake.
Doesn't leave enough of a print, according to him, ignores all of the footprints that are clearly visible, and says what...
You guys don't get any snow? I guess that's not terribly hard to, imagine, because there are parts of the United States that don't really get snow, too.
Yeah.
We get snow where we live, unfortunately.
Yeah, it sucks.
I don't like snow. The older I get, the less I don't like it.
The worst type of weather ever is snow. Snow and ice is by far the worst.
with the no footprints. What the hell does he think this is? If it was a studio, wouldn't they just bring in a bunch of snow? And if they were too lazy to bring in real snow, despite wasting billions of dollars on this super secret studio,
They don't have to waste
so
billions
they
of
brought
dollars.
In fake
Yeah, it's
snow,
only
but they
$1,200.
still showed their feet walking on the fake snow for you idiots to catch them? What?
See?
Jen,
It's a secret
Witsit,
organization.
and others involved also made comments several times about how the mountains in the distance seemed so close that you could touch
Because
them,
they're so
but that
fucking
they
big!
were actually several miles away.
Exactly. Like, if you were to walk towards that mountain, it wouldn't change. It wouldn't change in size. It would take a long time for it to actually start to look like you're getting close to it. That's just how perspective works when you're talking about large objects.
The mountains do seem strangely closer than they should appear. And
Don't
if
worry,
you pay
the
attention to where
all-consuming
the
void.
background and foreground meet in footage from the final experiment, particularly the 24-hour sun
What is he trying to prove?
I don't know.
It's white sand!
time lapse,
Maybe.
it seems we
Could
are
be.
seeing where the
It could be
digital
anything at this
backdrop
point.
ends and the studio floor begins.
They're just applying a blue screen chroma key and getting rid of the blue, you moron. It's exactly the same as a green screen, but for the color blue. Blue gone, white not gone. Holy shit. So, Eric, let's get this straight real quick. You won't debate anyone ever. You won't take a free trip to Antarctica to prove the Earth is flat, the thing that is your entire identity.
He won't debate because he knows that there's nothing he can say that's
He'll
going to
debate
make
somebody who
sense.
doesn't know anything.
Ethan, holy shit! You get fireworks. It's been a while. How you doing, man? Welcome back to the Gathering Hall. Good to see you again.
But when other people do go, you just spew a bunch of trivially debunkable bullshit from the safety of your mom's basement and pretend you're winning something. Kinda sounds like you're just a little bitch. In fact, I think everyone should refer to you exclusively as Eric Dubitch from now on.
Okay, let it be known on this channel.
Eric Dubitch.
I'm going to get one of these, and it's going to be the Eric Dubitch button. It's got to be. He's got to be.
And when one of us is complaining, Matthew, we'll just be like, Matthew, don't be such an Eric Dubitch.
Look, I think we're gonna replace T-Rex Miyamoto with Eric Dubitch.
I've been good. Good, Ethan. It's
Good to hear,
that
man.
you've
Good to
been
hear.
good.
Welcome to the shit show where we get to make fun of quite possibly what I would consider the dumbest sect of people on the face of the planet. Because these are people that have access to knowledge and just choose to ignore it.
That's
They
a
are
lot of people.
actively choosing to be ignorant morons.
I don't know. I think there's some more, but they're all kind of in the same basket.
Friend just lumps them. They're all in the fuck it bucket.
That has a nice ring to it.
Basically.
Let's make it happen, guys.
Oh yes,
To
of
review,
course.
in response to
Miyamoto,
being
well, that
shown
one
a
is going away, but
24-hour
this one's
sun in
never going away.
Antarctica, the
That's my
thing that
guy.
all of these morons
He
have been
points.
saying is
It's
impossible
fun.
for years. We have Studio
Look,
Gate,
24-hour
Breath
sun.
Gate, Snow Gate, Footprint Gate, and Shadow Gate. You will not be surprised to hear that flat earthers are running with all of these and actually think they are good arguments. Let's crap all over each of them one at a time. The studio thing,
Haven't we done
it's
that already?
just a big dome like the one in Vegas. All right, cockbags, then explain this. While he was there, Will flew his drone straight up into the sky, really high, 1,500 meters, or almost 5,000 feet. The sphere in Vegas is 367 feet tall, so this drone is going...
Yeah, this would be fucking hard to fake, for one. Also, that looks awesome. That is incredible footage.
Yeah. No, that the guy. So cool.
Like, come on, man. Why didn't you take me?
That proved to me that the Earth isn't a cube. Will Duffy.
Right. My favorite is the triangle. Guys, there are people.
I don't know if they actually. We have not seen any content from them.
I haven't looked into it. I don't know what their reasoning is. But I know I found it when I was making the thumbnail, unfortunately, for this live stream, that there are people that believe that the Earth is a pyramid. Like a
The
fucking
Egyptians
pyramid.
knew all along.
That's why the Egyptians built pyramids, because the Earth is a pyramid.
Right. I said that earlier. We saw somebody.
And it's a
talking about
thing. It's an actual... He was joking, and it's a thing. It's a thing that people think. He does have a really cool Simpsons picture. I do like that. I still don't get how people think the Earth is flat. I don't either. It's fascinating.
well over 10 times higher than that, and also almost twice as high as the tallest building in the entire world. So if you want to believe that the Illuminati
look
lizard
at
people
that,
government have secretly built a megadome conspiracy studio twice as tall as the Burj Khalifa,
The dumbass Pac-Man effect. You're going to have to let me know what that is. I don't know what that is.
that nobody has ever taken a picture of from the outside, you go right ahead. The rest of us will apply Occam's razor and accept that there's no...
Hold on. Hold on. You know what I'm seeing? Look how flat that fucking horizon is, bro. There's proof right there. Earth is flat.
as the Burj Khalifa that nobody has ever taken a picture of from the outside, you go right ahead. The rest of us will apply Occam's razor and accept that there's no fucking studio. Then the breath thing. Antarctica is a desert. Not being able to see your breath in the summer in Antarctica is common. They could still see their breath if the conditions were right and the lighting was right. Even dumb Dave Weiss had to come to the rescue and tell the flat earthers they were being more stupider than him.
Holy shit, that went by quick.
They were being more stupider than him.
Okay, only when it's extremely cold will you continue to expel moisture and condensation. Did Austin take a vape hit before he came back to the camera to chill out? I don't think so, but that is not the real question. You would love to go to Las Vegas and visit the Heart Attack Grill restaurant. I've never heard of that.
You've never heard of the Heart Attack Grill? That guy's actually a supervillain. He literally made a restaurant to give people heart attacks.
My apologies for not knowing about this. Maybe we need to do a discussion hall on that. Jesus Christ. I didn't realize how freaking obscenely passionate you were about the Heart Attack
I just thought you heard of it before.
Jeez, man. I'll tell you what, we'll do a discussion hall on that. So, discussion halls are going to become way more frequent because I'm not going to be, we're not streaming Nintendo games for the foreseeable future, I don't think. Until Nintendo is, they right their ship of anti-consumerness. I'm off the Nintendo ship for now, guys. And, I mean, I have Steam games that we can stream, but I really enjoy doing these discussion halls with him. What are you looking at?
I was looking up the Pac-Man effect.
Oh. Now let's look at the live stream Austin did with Owen Benjamin, where it's clearly a bit colder. Oh, look! Look, Brandon. You missed it.
I saw it.
Look! Look!
I see his breath.
I see his breath! Brandon, there's his breath! And he's not taking a vape pen hit.
He just sucked it in really hard.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
He's actually an alien and has 4 sets of lungs, bro. He's filled
yeah, like
all
how cows
4
have
sets
2
up.
separate stomachs.
Yeah, he's got
like,
4 lungs.
He has 8 lungs, and he's just...
Or 4 sets of lungs, I should say.
It's 16 lungs.
He's a supervillain, and I am a superhero. After going off the edge, they warp back to the other side. So, no, that's not what they think. That's not what the flat Earth model is. I did show the flat Earth model earlier.
Apparently, they believe paradise is on the other side.
No, he's saying that's what the Pac-Man effect is. I understand.
That's
now.
not what I read, but okay.
So this puts to bed the breath thing and the vape thing. Sometimes you could see their breath, sometimes you couldn't. Why anyone gives a shit whether Austin hit a vape or not is completely idiotic. And then the snow and footprint crap. Once again, the snow was compacted by local staff using a very large groomer to give them a flat place to set up their cameras and tripods and equipment. They also do that to check for crevices to make sure it's safe for people to be there. The snow directly under them where they were streaming was very hard and you couldn't pick it up, which is why Austin walked back to the ungroomed snow to get some that he could throw up in the air. Same with the footprints. Dave Weiss had to show the flat earthers how this works yet again with footage of people running a race over compact.
Gotta give credit to Dave for this as well. I mean, like I said, this is the same guy that said daylight doesn't come from the sun.
And he's disproving their... This is the problem, though, is the flat earth community who is like, all one fucking amalgam is shattering because they can't agree on what happened.
I'm just saying, like, even if he's willing to come out and be like, look, this just doesn't add up, guys, you're just making shit up. I gotta give him credit for that. Gotta give him credit for that.
Did snow and not leaving any footprints. Then, finally, the fucking shadows, also known as flat earthers not understanding how perspective works for the 1000th time. Here's someone making a video in direct response to Dubé and other idiots whining about the shadows.
So that pole there and that pole there are casting shadows on the ground. You see that shadow is going that direction. That shadow...
Why is this happening? Because of where he is standing in his perspective.
Mm-hmm.
If he were to walk to the other side of that shadow, they would be parallel to each other, the two.
He takes a drone up.
And the claim is that proves that that sun is local. Otherwise, the shadows would be straight and parallel. Well, they actually are parallel. This is just a perspective. Now let's look at another perspective. Here we see the shadows look like they're spreading apart towards the bottom. As we get up higher and higher so we can see the entire picture, we start to see that they actually are parallel.
Yep.
We have a few more shadows come into frame. They're also exactly
Don't listen to
parallel.
Brandon. He's probably wrong. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I mean, it might have been a different thing. I just saw the very first thing.
Let's just deal with one dumb fucking stupid theory first.
Coming in.
Before we get into another one.
Exact
We still got a half a fucking
direction.
hour to go.
No matter how many shadows we bring in, left, right, top, bottom.
And then if you notice too, because this one's so far to the left of the perspective of the camera, it looks like it's pointing out that way. But if he continued to go up, this one would gradually start to appear like the rest of these, which are all parallel. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Every
Matthew.
shadow is exactly mirrored, same direction. Now that can only happen when you have them coming from one distant light source. And that light source would be that one right there.
I really like this shot here too, where he pans up, because you can
That can
literally
only happen
see
when you have them
that
coming from
every
one-
single object, whether it's a building, a light pole, this fucking stadium here, the fencing around the
Distant
stadium,
lights.
these trees, all of them are casting shadows in the exact same direction. They're all parallel with each other.
No, it's all fake. This is
And that
CGI.
light source would be that one right there. The same exact light source they saw in Antarctica.
Man, these drones really are ruining everything for flat earthers, huh? Hey, Eric, why don't you do something like this instead of playing with children's toys?
I agree. Take a
Oh,
drone
right,
out.
You're an
That would help
unemployable
you.
loser who can't afford a drone. But do you even really need a drone?
As far as the
Where's the
experiment
beef,
video
lady?
where the
Where's
shadow
the
formation
beef? I don't know the beef
shadow
lady.
Move from the right to the left, as we see here, it's easily done. And then the shadow starts to elongate as you walk forward.
That was excellent. What a fucking perfect video.
And then the shadow starts to elongate as you walk forward.
Because he's replicating exactly what we saw.
Is that not the sun, Eric? Is this being filmed in a super secret dome studio too? Is that not the
elongate as
There's
you walk
cars driving along too. Let's not forget that.
No, that's in the dome.
Is that not the sun, Eric?
You have to think
Is
how
this being
big that
filmed
dome
in a
is,
super
Matthew.
secret dome
Big.
studio
It's
too?
really big.
Huge.
It's like that lady.
It's 5,000 meters up.
No. We had this lady at McDonald's come up to us like a couple weeks back, and she was talking about this. Remember the Chinese dome where they control the weather across the entire globe? That's what's going on. America has built a massive dome that covers the entire of Antarctica, and that's how they were able to fake this. That makes sense.
And then they took this
if they
random
could
guy.
build the weather-controlling dome of China, why could they not build the fake sun projecting dome of Antarctica?
And they took this one random guy that no one ever has heard about before and shipped him all the way to Antarctica so he could make this video.
Exactly.
So-
Perfect.
so
it makes a
smart.
lot of sense.
And they also had to completely redo the whole set because it's no longer snowy. It has to be in a nice forested-looking area with grass. So they spent probably another $1 billion on that.
I'm just telling you they spent $1 billion. They're making it up.
Let's see who else we can mock. While in Antarctica, MC Toon dropped in on your favorite incompetent child abuser and mine, Nathan Oakley. Nathan has famously insisted that anyone who
that
tries to
him?
go to Antarctica will be turned
Is that
loose at
him?
gunpoint. Whoopsie.
It's McToon. Is that the real McToon?
Hello. I'm in Antarctica. How you doing?
Wendy's mascot? Huh. I didn't know that.
The sun did not set 24
What?
hours. What are you guys up to?
24 hours now.
Yep.
I didn't know Wendy had multiple mascots.
It did
I
not
thought they
set for
just had
24
Wendy.
hours.
So you've been up for 24 hours straight? Wow.
I have. So has Dave McKeegan.
Both you and Dave stayed up 24 hours?
Why is he focusing so hard on that?
Because he can't comprehend staying up 24 hours.
I've done that.
I've stayed up almost, I want to say about 48.
Yeah, and it makes you feel like shit.
It makes you start seeing things after a bit, but that's like after the 48 hour mark.
You know, you do irreversible damage if you stay up that length of time.
Mhm.
It's not good for you to do at
No.
all. So, just saying right now to anybody that's watching this, do not do that.
No, it's not worth it either.
It's not good for you. It's very, very bad for you.
That's right.
You know,
Yes.
when I
Nate?
was young, I stayed up 24 hours once.
I used to do it all the time. I used to stay up and play games, like, all hours of the
My
night.
first time ever staying up was there was a Duck Dodgers marathon going on, and I watched the entirety of Duck Dodgers. And I stayed up through the entire night to do that.
Of course it was Duck Dodgers.
Yeah, Duck Dodgers in the 21st and a half century.
Never really cared for Duck Dodgers.
Nathan's first comment is to marvel that they were able to stay up for 24 hours.
I'm glad that he's
Either
also
implying
like,
that
why
if
are
they
you
had fallen
focusing on
asleep,
that?
some funny business would have gone on, or because he genuinely can't fathom anyone not napping all day and wasting their life.
Nathan, you're a proven liar. I'm standing in Antarctica right now, watching the sun. It did not set.
Yeah,
for
man,
24
you gotta
hours.
get your sleep.
You lied.
Don't neglect your sleep. Like, all jokes aside, like, lack of sleep can literally lead to all kinds of crazy heart conditions. Like, do not fuck around with that. Get your sleep. It's important. Like, I don't remember what the exact recommended amount. I think it's like 6.5
to 8
hours. Yeah, I think it's like 6.5 hours for people over a certain age. I just don't remember exactly what it is.
So go to sleep for 24 hours, stay up for 24 hours.
Yeah, it's just really, really bad for you. Get your sleep.
Make sure you take a nice. Don't get too much sleep because that's also bad.
Yeah, get reasonable, consistent sleep. That's the key.
You certainly did. You absolutely 100%.
2
lied
a.m.
about the Earth.
Hey,
Turn
as
off
long
the
as
mute
you're
button there,
sleeping
Nathan.
until about
Unselect
8:30,
that little
you're okay.
auto mute that you got that you're married to your life partner, the mute button. Turn it off so that I can talk and you don't get to overtalk me. Nathan, you are changing the topic, Nathan. I am walking around outside in Antarctica right now. I've got 10 people here with me. I'm looking at the mountains. I'm looking at Mount Rothman right now. You said that if people tried to go to Antarctica,
fucking go away.
They would get turned away at gunpoint. I proved that you lied, Nathan. All of your gullible idiot followers should be realizing right now that you are an idiot or you are a
Actually, who's the real idiot? The moron that spent a bunch of money to go across the ocean to Antarctica?
Except it was free.
It was free.
Actually, I don't think he's a flat earther.
Well, no, the way he's talking, I'm going to say he's probably not a flat earther.
So he probably actually did pay for this because I think the globe is.
So who's the real idiot here?
liar.
The one that
Where's
be
the
like, I would
guns,
go in a
Nathan?
heartbeat.
Where's the guns? I don't see any guns, Nathan! You lied!
That's fun.
I
And if
like
you
that
somehow
guy.
weren't yet convinced that Nathan is a gigantic piece of shit, watch how he talks to Austin, who decided to go on Nathan's show after getting back home for whatever reason.
Why? Do you want our feedback? You're going to go out there and get ridiculed and mocked. I mean, I've already decried you as being a representative of myself. So, you want our feedback? Oh, you did terribly. This will look awful. Just simmer down, Witsy. It's all over, son.
Oh my god, is that the legend? The myth himself? Hi, Oof, what's going on, man?
I don't have to be in here.
What's
up? How you doing?
So if you want to talk shit to me as well, okay, I will, and you just sit here and be irrelevant again.
unimpeded.
Well, Oakley, if you're pissed that I went down there and saw
Not
that,
at
then
all.
you're not a truther.
I'm not
That-
at all
it's that
pissed.
simple.
No, I'm not.
So I'm asking you to give me your feedback, and I will try to integrate it into what I say if I think that it is the right thing to say. This is me being humble, not a douchebag like yourself.
What did you miss? Brandon, you want to give Oof a quick synopsis of what he's missed?
Okay.
Just real quick, make it snappy and short. Come on, what do you got?
Sun can't go in circle on flat Earth. Go to Antarctica to show sun go in circle.
You missed an experiment where they took a bunch of flat earthers, well, 4 flat earthers, down to Antarctica to prove that the sun does indeed go around the sky at a certain point in time, a certain point in the year, that it doesn't ever set it goes around in the sky for 24 hours.
Round and round.
Which is impossible,
And now they're
which flat
trying
Earth
to
says
debunk
is
it.
impossible.
Now flat earthers are trying to debunk it.
There you go. You're caught up.
I'll enjoy them ridiculing you for it, because what you've just told us is you'll make up a load of shite with a new model that can explain it. Okay, well, I look forward to hearing it.
That's why you're censoring me, because I'm about to point out that you just lied. I don't know why
This
we
guy's
wouldn't
still part of
work
this community,
together
too. That's
and,
crazy
You
to me.
know, I find it lame, and you know, and you make it hard. You make it hard to like.
Bless. You want us to work together? Nah, get lost. You've scorned me and called me a grifter, end quote you. So get lost. Enjoy the absolute deserving ridicule that you'll now receive on that circuit that you'll give us the receipts for. While you call me a grifter? Everybody now thinks he's a mason and a cheat and a scammer and a fraud, and he's involved with a CGI.
Like, imagine these people, like, at one point calling you friend, and then you go down there and you do this experiment, and you come back with what you found.
You know what
and then
I
all of a
liken it
sudden,
to?
everybody that you were once friends with thinks that you're a piece of shit because you did, what, experimented on something and found evidence that contradicts what they believed in? Those are fucking shit friends, dude. Those are shit people.
Folks, yeah, deal with that. Could we
didn't
work
ask for help.
together? Should we work together?
Like, what an
I
unbelievably
find
insufferable
that
prick.
behavior.
Now you're
Like, we were talking about respect to the guys that were like, oh, you know what, it's doing exactly what they said.
Jaren and Austin.
In the amount that I have respect for those people, I lack the respect for this fucking douche.
I don't know how I feel about Austin, because Austin's still flat Earth.
Dick, get on your spin.
Well, even if he is, this Nathan Oakley guy's
is
an
significantly
absolute piece of crap, dude. Without question. Fuck that guy.
Probably at least half of these people were offered to go to Antarctica. All said no. For a free trip to Antarctica.
Dickhead. Now, we won't be working together, dickhead. We'll be pointing out how wrong you are, just like we always have. You called me a grifter. Now, based on that, I'm happy to watch you burn.
You hate to see these idiots fight amongst themselves, don't you?
Yeah,
I like it quite a bit.
I don't know,
Here's
man. I
some
think
more
that
of
was super
this
fucked
time,
up.
Austin is getting it from some other moron who calls himself Flatzoid.
We see the video footage of you actually ducking down, putting the vape to your mouth, then standing up and showing your breath and being out of breath because no, I'm not. You're just saying I'm lying.
You know what's really, really interesting about this too? Is that he is directly experiencing what they do to other people.
Yep, that's the whole thing. Is they're getting the other side of the spectrum. They're experiencing how flat earthers just deny reality. How he himself has denied reality in the past.
I'm glad you picked up on that too, Ethan, because I thought that shit was funny. Flatzoid. Doesn't mean I'm lying. We saw this live.
Oh, you want to bet 10 grand? You want to bet 10 grand on it?
I'm not a betting guy. As everybody knows, I'm a Christian. I don't do bets.
Not gonna say anything.
Don't.
I'm not gonna say anything. We're just gonna.
Wait. Don't interrupt me now. Don't tell me what I will and won't do, because all you are doing now is saying I'm lying while we literally saw you do it. So don't tell me I'm lying.
No, you didn't. What your retarded dumbass did was see a clipped, edited video. What you did was see a clipped, edited video circulating on the internet.
Would you be willing to take a polygraph test?
Yes, and you didn't watch it live. You didn't watch it live. You retard.
So you're lying as well, saying I didn't say the 360 was live.
I did not say you only see their breath because they're hot. I never said
That's
anything
what
like
you
that.
said.
Answer.
So now you lying. Okay, now again, what's it?
Well, flat earthers are always in denial because they can't even make a model that makes sense. They have like 30 models.
We did discuss this earlier in the live stream, but I'll quickly gloss over it again. They have several. They can't explain any of the phenomena that we observe to be true on Earth, such as seasons and day and night and solar eclipses
with one model,
and lunar eclipses and the Coriolis effect, and the fact that the sky spins in different directions depending on if you're in the northern or the southern hemisphere.
That does work with any model because it's perspective. You know, if you're looking this way, it goes that way. If you're looking
you
that
brought
way,
up
it goes
what
that
Professor Dave said about standing underneath a ceiling fan.
Yeah.
Which is a perfect example. If you're underneath a ceiling fan and you were looking up at that ceiling fan, it doesn't matter what orientation you're standing in, it's going to be spinning clockwise, right?
That's Illuminati talk. Yes, Matthew, it's going to be spinning the way it
exactly.
spins. No matter
exactly.
What. But that's not what they like. They like the idea of that perspective.
In order to get the sky to spin in a different direction, you have to fucking physically be in a different orientation. It's impossible to do it otherwise.
Rip off that glass dome.
Anyways, so they can't explain any of those with a singular model. They have different models for each one of those that are contradictory to each other's models. Like, each model contradicts the next one.
Like the Seasons one that, like, expands outward.
The Seasons one states that the sun travels in different sized rings around the flat Earth. But in the same breath that they will give you a model for sun and moon that do this to try to explain night and day, that then arbitrarily contradicts what the Seasons one just
And
fucking
then
said.
You got the Coriolis force, which has the wind going this way for some reason, and in the center is the wind going that way.
It just, they can't explain anything with any of their models because they don't work.
Brave. Did you or did you not have Brave? Did you or did you? You called me out.
Dude, if you keep this,
So yes, they have always been in denial.
You're gonna get completely exposed, so you have to censor me. It's not gonna work here.
No, they didn't. That's well, I don't even know if they did or didn't.
Talking is you.
Dude, The Truman Show might be one of the best movies ever made. I love that movie. Have you seen it?
Truman Show?
It's the one that's got Jim Carrey where he plays the guy where they like filmed his entire life. And he lives inside that town that's inside a dome.
Doesn't sound.
You've never seen The Truman Show.
I'm not a movie watcher.
I'll see if Darcy wants to watch that tonight. Because that's one of her favorite movies, too. She'll probably want to.
Going to because you're interrupting me every time.
It's just glorious, isn't it? Finally,
I think it's
flat earthers
actually
like
kind of
Austin
sad.
Get to experience how
Well, he's on the front
maddening
line,
it
so
is
this is
to
I
probably
understand.
cathartic for him.
Like, I understand that his perspective is going to be a little different than mine because he's not dealing with these fucking retards every second of every day. But, you know, at the same time, I see it from a human perspective where this guy has literally just lost all of his friends over something this unbelievably idiotic.
This reminds me of something else, but I'll save it for after stream. I think you know what I'm thinking.
I don't, actually.
You will.
Okay.
At long last, this jerk has to experience firsthand how unbelievably pathetic flat earthers are, denying anything and everything they don't want to be true,
Yes, you
calling
do,
everyone who
Ethan.
proves them wrong a shill, and just generally acting like complete toddlers at every turn. It's music to my ears. Here are some more clips of other random flat earthers pulling everything imaginable directly out of their assholes to try and salvage their absolutely indefensible position in light of what happened in Antarctica.
Look at that. When I take a flashlight,
so
clearly
tired of this.
moving left to right,
So tired of
behind
this
the glass
stupid
of water.
shit.
I don't even remember what he
In the
argued
glass
here.
of water, it starts moving right to left.
First off,
stop.
Oh, my ear. like the video that we did talking about, it was one of the Nintendo videos where my microphone sensitivity was through the fucking roof. That's what I was doing in the video. But at
Yeah,
least it wasn't panned all. It sounds like he's like breathing in my ear.
It was the patent.
Yeah, the Nintendo patent. Don't get me started on that.
No, I was just telling you which video it was. You brought it up.
I did.
But because the sun moves right to left in Antarctica, it has to be a globe, Jaren. There's no possible way.
Is this guy filming in a secret apocalypse bunker or something? He even sounds like he just got done running from zombies. Here's another lunatic.
I don't even understand what he was trying to fucking prove.
Lights came from cameras or lights, or it was the reflection.
Oh, he has a physical model. Unironically, I wish I had that. I would like to have my hands on a physical flat Earth model. That would be fascinating. Why is he huffing in my ear?
I don't know. I don't. So what I think he was arguing is that because the way the sun was moving was opposite of what they know, and that what Jaren was saying was that the sun rises and sets opposite on the southern hemisphere. So I think what he was saying was that there's a dome over the southern half of their flat Earth, and so the reflection is flipped.
What?
That's
No, I need you to try to explain that to me a second time
Okay.
because, like, halfway
So-
through your explanation, my brain turned off.
So,
and I don't understand what you
remember
just
how
said.
I said that Jaren knew while they were in that one place, that the flat Earth wouldn't work and that he kind of went in knowing they were going to be wrong.
Correct.
Because the sun rises and sets opposite of how it does in the northern hemisphere. Right? You're with me still?
Yeah.
So that guy was showing a light moving from left to right, hitting that glass, which reflected it to go left to right.
But would that not be true for the northern hemisphere then as well?
There's the dome that covers everything, and then there's the dome that covers just the southern part. So there's two domes now. I think, or maybe it's like Lord Jamar, and that's the reflection, and the reflections work differently over there.
All right, dude.
You know, the panes of glass, there's no wind, it's just all panes of glass, or whatever
All right,
the fuck
dude.
he said.
He was talking about the water was moving because of the light or some shit.
And those lights came from cameras or it was the reflection of the firmament, which the Bible tells us is like molten looking glass.
Oh, fuck the Bible! Fuck your stupid piece of shit motherfucking book of fairy tales! I'm so tired of hearing that stupid thing brought up in arguments as fact, dude. It's so fucking annoying. It is so annoying.
I just laugh at it.
If it's
Sorry,
reflecting
I feel
off
better.
the firmament, there could be many shadows going different directions. Either they're on a sound studio, a stage.
I'm just so tired of it being used as a form of evidence for fact.
The firmament. Whatever caused those inconsistencies and those divergent shadows on the ground, that light source was very
What is
close.
two domes put together?
You
A
heard the
fucking
Agent Boy Band's
sphere.
Backup dancer. All of those
That would be correct.
non-existent inconsistencies are totally explained by this magical dome that absolutely
Here's a
wasn't
thought.
there.
That's what I
Airtight.
on a
doesn't
fucking
prove
sphere.
anything.
Okay.
This experiment, the final experiment, does not prove or disprove the globe or flat
Is this
Earth
it?
in any way,
I think this is
shape,
it.
or form. The only three things that could prove that we live on a spinning
Sorry
ball
if you were a
inside of
believer.
vacuum going
My
over a million miles
apologies.
per hour in 4 different directions would be
Obviously, I am not,
spherical
but-
nature, right, or curvature.
To each their own.
Motion and or gravity being isolated and proven. Those are the only three things that can
Matthew.
prove
What?
Gravity being proven. Look at that.
That didn't prove anything.
That
You just
proved-
dropped your phone.
Yeah.
What did that prove?
That
That was
gravity
density,
is-
Brandon.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, your phone is more dense than the air, therefore it goes down.
But why does it go down?
Because density. It's not buoyant, so it doesn't go up.
Now we're switching sides.
that you're on a ball, or the globe model is accurate.
Okay, well, the curvature of the Earth can be demonstrated in hundreds of ways and has been done right to your dumb face.
That's actually a really cool shot.
Yeah.
Motion has to be inferred by looking at other things because the Earth is so huge.
Do you know what's sad? I'll never get to see stars like these. There's
Light
too much light
pollution.
pollution.
Yep.
Huge, as you would know if you understood
I would
inertial
love
reference
to.
frames.
Like,
and
oh, that'd
gravity
be so
being
cool.
Isolated is literally.
How are we not floating towards the sun? Because thankfully we are in a stable orbit. That's why. If we were in an unstable orbit, we would have fallen into the sun many, 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 many years ago.
Meaningless. Gravity is exerted by all massive objects, and the biggest object near us is the gigantic planet we're all living on. I won't go on this tangent for the 100th time, but anyone who denies the existence of gravity is dumber than rocks.
What's going on, right?
This would be true.
Just calm down and keep doing actual science, and these little shenanigan experiments won't mean anything.
Yes, everyone calm down, because everyone is indeed freaking the hell out, including this jerk. And once you're nice and calm, just keep doing real science, also known as avoiding real science like the fucking plague, and spewing your idiotic script forever.
Maybe this guy.
What will pass as science in this world? I mean, we all lived through the pandemic fiasco, so it's not surprising, but it's hilarious.
I don't know how you feel about it, but when
Me
people
or
people bring up the pandemic and talk about how it was this big planned thing and it was fake and all this other stuff, like I find it extraordinarily insulting because of what we experienced in our personal lives. I find that to be one of the most insulting things that somebody can say to me. Quite honestly, I think it's disgusting to think that and to try to push that narrative forward. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
You're an atheist, so why do you care? But you know, to be fair, I shouldn't say it the way I did, but I also don't think it's fair to cite religious works as evidence. I think that's just wrong to do based off of the fact that they are literally called faith. That's why it's called faith, because there is a distinct lack of evidence. You put blind faith into something. So when people bring things and they say stuff like, well, the Bible says this, I find that to be arrogant and kind of stupid. Just personally, how I feel
what
about
I always
it.
think about?
What?
The debate Bill and I had with that one guy. And he was just like,
Is it the one?
There's a book.
It's the one where he was talking about the art. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That is a fantastic, fantastic debate. I loved that debate. It was so good. That was when they were trying to say that the Earth is only like 2,000 years old or some crazy shit.
Creationists.
Yeah.
So, come up with this.
In case you guys can't tell, I find all of this stuff like about space and astronomy and physics and quantum physics, I find all of that stuff to be insanely interesting. I literally just bought a quantum physics book that I'm reading. I love this stuff. It's way more interesting to me than like the Bible or even like the Quran. You know, I just don't find any validity. I don't see evidence of these things being true, I guess. Is
one of my favorite things is one of my favorite YouTubers.
Oh,
he's an archaeologist.
I just hit a
Did
button.
you do it? Jesus Christ! Anyways,
They're touchy buttons. What do you want from me?
Anyways, one of my favorite things is I have one of my favorite YouTubers at the moment. He's an archaeologist. And I love learning about like the way he teaches about the past, and you can tell he's passionate about it because like there's a whole thing where he starts talking about Lovelock Cave. And he's getting really into it. He's talking about it. He's smiling, and then he goes back to the conspiracy theorist guy. He's like, "Oh God, I just got whiplash." So,
I like that story. You'll have to we'll save it for another time. But I like that story you told me about the Egyptians with the light bulbs. That was really funny and really interesting. One factoid that Brandon shared with me that I didn't know that I found to be really, really interesting is the way that the Egyptians were able to make the pyramids level. Do you want to share that piece of information with the class?
Yeah. So
I think it's really interesting.
One of the leading theories on how they did it. So first of all, I want to preface this with how did they get the rocks from the quarry to the pyramid? Because a lot of people just like, oh, they dragged it. No, they were on the Nile River. They sent it on boats.
Which would make sense.
Yes, but the way they made sure that everything was level, one of the leading theories, I should say, I'm not sure if it's 100% confirmed.
You're about to confirm the flat Earth theory too, because water finds its level, Brandon.
So what they did was they would flood the area, and then they would mark where the water levels so that everything would be level.
Yeah, they used water because it is true that water finds its level, but the people that say that in regards to flat Earth don't know what level is. So.
But yeah, it's super fucking cool. It shows how smart people can.
Dinosaurs went extinct 2,000 years ago. Then that would be the case.
So, do they think the sun and moon are a flat PNG? Yeah, sort of. There are people who think that the planets are all flat.
There are people who think the planets are not even real. That they are fake.
There are people who think that the moon is see-through.
You can't help these people. There's nothing you can do. Like I was saying earlier, you could take this entire group, all of the flat earthers, you could put them all on a rocket and launch them into orbit, and they would still find a way to be like, well, that was fake.
That was
screens. They don't want to be shown truth. They don't want to know the truth. I mean, they want to be right and be validated in their
how
in
does
their rightness.
High tide and low tide work in a flat Earth?
It's a ball of water that just moves
It's
around.
not a ball. It's a disc.
No. There's like just a bulge of water that moves across the surface of the flat Earth.
But what makes it move?
Yes, see-through. Yes, there are. Yes.
At least one person believes.
If this wasn't already like a fucking 2.5 hour live stream, which is kind of on the longer side for us, we don't typically stream for that long. If this wasn't already such a long live stream, I would bring up and we would go through the video where David Wise, not David Wise, the composer. That guy's awesome. David Weiss, the flat Earth idiot that also claimed that
No, it was Lord
sun.
Jamar that said the moon was see-through. Did David Weiss say that too?
I believe he did too. I could be like, misremembering that, but I'm pretty sure he did. If he didn't, and he say that and I'm wrong, then I'm wrong about that. But one of the two did say that.
At least Lord Jamar did. I haven't seen the video on David Weiss, so at least Lord Jamar said that the moon was see-through.
Yeah.
That's why you can see it on their flat Earth, because it's see-through, so that's why they can be on the same...
Okay, hold on, no. If it's see-through, how do solar eclipses work? I have witnessed a solar eclipse.
I have too.
Fucking amazing, by the way.
Especially when you have the glasses and
one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had in my life, man. Because it was in the middle of summer. I was at work. It was hot as hell outside. My job actually let us go out and watch it, which I think was actually pretty cool of them. I hate that company now, but that was very cool of them. We went out, I put my glasses on, and I was watching the moon as it gradually, very, very gradually, very slowly covered the sun. In the second that it did, the temperature started to drop immediately. Like, you could feel the temperature dropping. It was so weird.
And where we were, like, in our state, it was like 98% coverage.
Yeah, it was almost 100%. It was really, really close.
It was so like, it was really cool. Like, I think I was at school at the time.
It got dark,
and they gave us like actual eclipse glasses that you could put on, so you could watch. It was so fucking cool.
It was so awesome. Like, it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
And then they had one not too long ago too.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we would have gotten. I think it was like a 40 or 50% eclipse.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have been
it was
nearly
still cool. I
it
still
wouldn't have been
watched
nearly
it.
as cool. Yeah, what was also interesting, and I still don't understand how this worked, but like shadows, like you would see, like for instance, there was a tree where I was standing, and like the leaf would cast a shadow, as you would expect, but there were like 3 shadows from one source.
Because the source was...
Because it was a circle.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was different rays at that point, because the moon had covered the sun.
Yeah.
So there was still that
Yeah,
circle
it
around.
was so weird.
It looks like a blazing black hole.
It's so cool, man.
Like,
Eclipses are so cool. I agree.
It's so fucking cool to see. But that would be my guess, is the light would refract differently as a small...
It would, I mean, that would be the only thing that would make sense, is that because you're blocking the center where most of the light comes and you're only getting the edge light, that would make a little bit more sense. But it was really, really fascinating. Quite enjoyed that.
Wherein you completely deny 2 possibilities.
Exactly, Oof. That's what my point was. If the moon was see-through, solar eclipses would never work. They would never happen. It would be like magnifying the sun to a point, which would turn it into a giant solar laser of death.
Just walking.
That would be like a fucking giant crack where the sun had traveled across the sky.
To work one day, you're like, I really don't want to go to work today. And
jump in the ray, dude.
No, I don't want to go
vaporized.
to work. You're walking towards the building, and a giant beam just burns through the entire building. You're like,
solar eclipses.
I'm not going to work today.
Oh, that's interesting.
Near a final experiment wherein it can, 1,
who the fuck is this moron?
Video, or 2, you completely discount the possibility.
Also, Ninja, my guy, that sucks. I hope someday you get to see one. I want to see another one. I do.
And you call yourself scientists. Then you name this entire fiasco.
I don't think anybody there was calling themselves scientists.
No.
Am I mishearing him? Is that what he's saying? Is that they're like, oh, they're scientists?
Well, I think you skipped some of it because you clicked off.
The eclipse cannon, right?
The possibility of optical illusion in your visual observations.
He's using big words.
Yourself scientists. Then you name this entire fiasco clown show a final experiment.
Oh wow, the moron who says plandemic unironically also fell for the dumbest hoax in human history. Shocking.
Nighttime eclipses can't happen. They're impossible because Earth is flat, dude. You are lying to me, Ninja. You are lying.
Yeah, we can't have eclipses. They're all government. That was a government drone blocking the sun.
Was it? Oh God! Don't tell them that, because they will latch on to it.
They could have
I really hope
mountain
Professor
this
Dave
early
gets
in
a
the morning.
video that he
So they
reacts to
probably
like
filmed these
2
like
years from now,
6 a.m.
talking
and claim
about
to be midnight.
a fucking death egg.
Because the
Just
sun is coming from here, and when it's supposedly 10 p.m., the sun is going to be in this position, illuminating the mountain.
Hey dipshit, all of this was
Going to be 6 a.m. mountain.
Shocking.
The only time of the day they could have shade in front of the mountain is early in the morning. So they probably filmed these like 6 a.m. and claim to be midnight.
Most likely filmed early in the morning with the sun to the east and claimed to be midnight sun is added in After Effects.
on a live stream.
On a live stream.
Which you can prove.
You got me, dude. You got me.
Right.
Which is also proven true that it was a live stream because they were talking with chat.
Do you remember the guy who did the live stream that he had like a pre-recorded live stream?
To kill somebody?
Yeah, and he
Yep.
killed somebody and tried to use that as like a...
But you could see that was obviously fake because he was like, oh yeah, there's something wrong with the chat. I can't see it. Oh, guys, I am home completely. There's something wrong with chat, so I won't be able to mess. Sucks, something wrong with chat, but I am home.
Yeah, what a moron. What a fucking... You know, I'm glad that people like that are as stupid as they are because they get caught and they get, you know, justice served to them as rightfully so they should.
Because the sun is coming from here, and when it's supposedly 10 p.m., the sun's going to be in this position, illuminating the mountain.
Hey dipshit, all of this was live streamed, specifically so that morons like you can't pretend any of the footage was doctored in any way. You're so dumb that you just pretend it was anyway, even though that makes no sense.
Can I just point out how absolutely amazing it is that we can now live stream from Antarctica?
Right.
50 years ago, that wouldn't have even been a fucking thought that people, like average people, could go there, stream a live feed from the frozen wasteland that is Antarctica. It's kind of crazy.
Sense whatsoever, because
Like,
again,
there's an
it was
appreciation that I
fucking
feel is
live
lost
streamed
there.
from like 10 different devices simultaneously. Holy hell. Now let's pivot to this jerk,
Yes!
Pastor Dean
Yes!
Owen. Remember, he was the guy who was whining about how badly he wanted to go to Antarctica to check for the 24-hour sun.
You can
This is
fly
my
there
favorite
today.
part.
No, you can fly there and see the coastline. That's about all you can do. A little bit of the
Oh,
coastline.
absolutely
No,
not.
oh yes, oh yes. And if you want.
Oh yes, I say it, so therefore it is fact.
If I say it must be.
If I say it, therefore it is fact.
Which is why, right now, guys, I'm making the claim the government's lying to you. It's not a cube. It's not a triangle. It's not a globe.
It's a decahedron.
It's not flat. It's a pentagram.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right, because the 666 videos, and I'm sure that they like invoke Satan to get that footage all doctored in a live stream. That's the only way it makes sense.
They do invoke Satan, but not for the reason you're thinking.
Is that where this guy's gonna go?
Yes. Now you know why this is my favorite part. Remember, at the very beginning of this stream, I brought up that Will Duffy is a fucking pastor. Just remember that, guys. I brought that up.
Want to go there and stay? Oh no, you have to have permission from a government. Have you ever seen the amount of stuff you have to fill
Yes.
out to go through there?
Yes.
And also, they're not going to let you go on an expedition inland just as a me or you. They're not going to let that happen. And here's another thing. If
Who's they? Is it the Freemasons?
I don't know who.
Are the Freemasons keeping me out of Antarctica?
I think he's actually talking about the government here because the government controls the Antarctic Peace Treaty thing.
Oh,
that they
okay.
have.
So he's talking about all the world's governments getting together to make the paradise that is Antarctica.
I
and
mean,
keeping
we saw
out
how
average
awesome
people.
it looked.
Yeah, did you see all the green? Dude,
Did
it
you
was
see-
such a paradise. I can't wait to move
I saw
there.
a brontosaurus there actually.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Yeah, it was
man.
pretty crazy.
this would be easy to prove, but they hide this from us too. All we'd have to prove is go to Antarctica let me and you go to Antarctica, spend a week there in the summer, and let's see if the sun does a 360-degree circle all the way around us. If so, it's a ball. But if the sun comes in this way and then leaves that way, then it's not.
So then why can't we go and just see it for ourselves?
Well, let's just see if they'll let us.
Oh, they will let us. I've already checked into it.
Right.
They'll absolutely let us.
Keep in mind, he was also asked
Let's
to go.
go.
They will
Did you say that he was invited and he said no?
Yeah.
So he's just a grifting piece of shit.
Yes.
That's exactly what he is.
He's also a religious man, as you'll soon learn.
Oh, God. Ugh.
absolutely let us.
Okay.
Well, now that some people actually did the thing he was pretending to
We are
want to do,
surrounded
this
by
moron is now
scientist
saying that
clowns.
Will Duffy worked with Lucifer, a.k.a. the devil, to clear the weather in Antarctica and fake the 24-hour sun. This is, of course, to cover for the fact that everything he said was laughably wrong. Will and company didn't need permission from any government to go there. You can indeed go inland, as they went to 79 degrees 46 minutes to reach Union Glacier Camp, a full-service private camp, which is nowhere near the...
Look, there's nothing there.
Wait, Matthew. I think does that little shadow at like the very middle kind of look like a tree?
This is all.
I mean, again, the horizon does look flat.
The coastline and is open to absolutely anybody. And most importantly, he specifically said that if the sun goes all the way around, Earth is a sphere, and that's exactly what it did for all the days they were there. Now listen to this jerk.
4 hours of nonstop daylight sounds miserable.
4 days, you mean?
That's what I said. 4 days of
You said 4 hours.
Did I say 4 hours? Well, 4 days of nonstop daylight.
Man, if they was
If
there
it's
for
4 hours of
hours-
daylight, I don't know if I could manage that.
I love my
Oh,
20.
Fuck off.
I love my
Massachusetts. I'm not answering your
I love
call.
my 20 hours of nighttime. It's so nice.
Vomit up some inexcusable filth.
Let me just say this at the outset here about the so-called final experiment and them
Oh,
allegedly
dude, he's
seeing
preaching to people.
the sun.
I have a fucking problem with this guy in particular. Because he has people. Look at this lady right here. Do you think this lady is going to question anything that the leader of her fucking church is going to say? That is a problem. That is dangerously a problem. Because this lady also has the ability to go to my fucking place and vote. They can vote. These idiots can vote. No.
Move in a circle around them in Antarctica. Let me just go ahead and tell you right now. You don't think Satan could pull that off? Oh, yeah. And let me tell you something else. You know, one thing I found interesting, that area they went to, Union Glacier, it's almost always overcast, that there would be good, clear, sunny weather that day. Now,
what do you do when you go to take a trip somewhere, Brandon? What is the first thing you do when you go to plan a trip? The first thing you do is decide where you're going, and then you look at the weather in that upcoming week to see how much of a chance there is going to be if you're going to get completely dumped on by the weather. And if so, then you push it to the next week. And so on and so forth until you find a week that looks, there's like no chance of rain during this week. No chance of cloudy skies during this week.
Not to mention they were planning on 5 days and they had to leave a day early because of the weather. So I guess Satan just was like, 4 days is enough, guys. Have fun.
You cannot defeat people with beliefs.
No.
I will argue that you can, because I was at one point a fairly religious person, and I'm no longer. So
what I will say, and this is something it's going to become my catchphrase eventually, is fiction will always
that is going to become your
overrule
catchphrase.
fact.
that is gonna. I'm gonna put a button on my. I have a spare spot on my phone.
Fiction will always overrule fact.
Since we're gonna be doing these discussion holes more often, I'm gonna absolutely get that thing. your catchphrase. I'm just gonna have a button where I can put that on screen.
Because people's fiction is how they perceive their facts. So a fact is a fiction to them, while a fiction is their fact. So they will always deny reality over for their fiction. That is just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will do as many mental gymnastics, win so many fucking gold medals in these things, to make their fiction the reality that makes sense to them. It's just how it works. You can convince some people, like Jaren, to fall out of that fiction.
Again, to his credit, like, again, I got to bring it up because I still think it's so disgusting that these people who he referred to as friend, who he had a whole community of people that he, again, thought were his friends, that just immediately chucked him away like a piece of shit because he found evidence that contradicts what they want to be true.
Also, to explain,
that's crazy.
They're on
to
a
me.
giant pizza board, and so the sun doesn't shine over everything. It shines in a direct cone downward, and so there's an imaginary line in the middle of the pizza. You know how, like, when a person cuts a pizza, they cut down the middle first. That's the line, and then it goes day and night. So this side, the southern hemisphere is night, while the northern hemisphere is day. And then it rotates like this, so now it's night here and day here. That's how it works.
I'm finding a visual example. Here you go. That's how they think. Go
yeah,
away.
yeah. See how, like, it just
No.
kind of for some reason stops arbitrarily in the middle for some unknown reason.
And then, I mean, they have. It's kind of hard to find a model for this specifically because they have so many different variations of it. But, I mean, it's just like an arbitrary line, which literally can't work. But, you know, that's their thing. That's what they do.
Hold on a second. Who can manipulate the weather?
My dude, thanks for stopping
There's
through.
two that we know can manipulate the weather. We know this from the book of Job. Satan can manipulate the weather, and we know the United States government can, right?
Only Satan and the United States government can control the weather. Well, the first one doesn't exist, and this.
I just want to say that he's not putting God on here anywhere.
Because
so he's literally saying that the United States government is more powerful than his God.
Yeah, and Satan is more powerful than his God.
Nice to see you too, man. Don't worry, we're gonna continue. Every single Friday there will be a live stream without question. I'm gonna do streams throughout the week sporadically because I'm an ADHD ridden mess.
If I do a stream, it'll probably be a Saturday.
So yeah. Get this priest off the state. I
Second
agree.
Definitely can't do that. But what's more surprising is that you didn't include your God.
And the reason
in
he
that
didn't
list.
include his God is because then people might think, well, wouldn't it be God opening this path so that we could see?
I think you might have that wrong. I think the reason that he's not including God here when he's talking about controlling the weather, because weather is one of the most destructive forces on the face of the planet. And they don't want to correlate God with anything that would kill people, because their God is all good and all knowing. But except for when he's not, and he's sending a fucking hurricane through somebody's town and absolutely devastating thousands upon thousands of people's lives. But that's Satan. But God can't stop that. Like, there's just...
Dino, isn't he powerful enough to do that? What if your God made the skies nice and clear so that dumb fucks like you would finally get the message and stop humiliating yourselves? Think about it.
Camera angles and no footprints in the snow where they were walking and all these weird...
I'm just saying, if I went to a place of worship and I was there to learn about God and to put my faith in God and to praise God, if this jackass got up in front of me and started talking about
Nature
flat Earth
doesn't
stuff,
exist.
I would stand up and leave the congregation. I would be done.
Nature doesn't exist. You're right. It's all simulation. We live in a simulation, obviously.
And you know what sucks when people say, "Prove to me I don't live in a
You
simulation."
physically can't.
Literally can't. There's nothing you can do to prove it.
Neil hates that argument for that reason. You physically cannot disprove living in a simulation. Because everything that we know relies on numbers and math.
Correct. And you can use math to explain everything about the universe, which is really fascinating, and I wish I knew more about
It's really
math.
cool, but also means that you can never disprove living in a simulation.
Killing a god has consequences. It did. He gave the people of Greece free will. That was the consequence.
Weird anomaly. I'm not even going to say, I'm just going to say they went.
I love the original
and they
games.
saw
Do
a
not like
light
the
go
remakes.
around them
Or
in a
the
circle
not the remakes.
that they thought was.
Did you hear?
These weird anomalies. I'm not even going to say, I'm just going to say they went and they saw a light go around them in a circle that they thought was the sun, or that they knew because they're Satanists, some of them, that Satan would be there to help them. Because listen, folks, Satan has a lot invested in this deception.
Why? Oh, please, I hope he tells me why. What would this mythical demon...
Are you saying math is your least favorite subject there?
Unfortunately, it was mine as well,
Same.
and I regret that wholeheartedly. Oh, motherfucker.
Jesus Christ.
These buttons are touchy.
Why you keep touching them?
Because I fidget with things.
And no footprints in the snow where they were walking, and all these weird anomalies. I'm not even going
I wish I would
I'm
have
just
spent
gonna
more
say
time learning math in
they
school,
went
because
and they
math is
saw
applicable
a
to
light
so
go
many
around them in
things.
a
I wish they
circle
would have made school
that
more
they
fun.
thought was the sun.
Me too.
Or that they knew because they're Satanists, some of them.
My God, this guy.
That Satan would be there to help them. Because listen, folks, Satan has a lot invested
What? Why?
in this deception.
Satan,
I'm
NASA,
not gonna get
take
to
your
hear it.
pick. Everything is
Not
fake
gonna get to
because
hear
they
it.
say so, including Will's status
Well,
as a
doesn't
pastor.
Candace Owen believe
Lord
that all
Jesus,
NASA are Satanists?
Not Will Duffy. Another just con artist, man. He's not a pastor, y'all. He pretends to be one.
Right, sweetie. Everything you don't like is fake. Shh, it's okay. It's okay.
Like last week, I was teaching on spiritual authority and trying.
I have a serious problem with this guy, dude. Like, a really, really serious problem with this guy. And people like him. People that have a following and use that following to spout misinformation. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, and it's so fucking irresponsible. I can't stand people like this.
Explain that. And old McToon. McToon is one of these guys that one of these.
Right on, Ninja.
Globe.
Send him to the mythical place that doesn't fucking exist.
Yeah, he's a globetard. Probably a government agent, more than likely.
He's in a fucking echo chamber too.
Yes, that's the problem. It's because if you walk in here, Matthew, and you said this isn't right, they would fucking kick you out.
Well, then not only would they kick you out, they would really kill you and try and make you feel like an absolute fucking piece of shit. That's what they would do. They would treat you like trash because you have a different ideology and a different belief. Not even a belief. Again, you can't call it a belief because it's an objective truth. It is a fact. It's not a belief. At that point, it stops being a belief. I know I'm reiterating this, but these people are bringing up the same stupid fucking things constantly. So it's like, yeah, you're going to be talking about the same sorts of shit.
But he keeps attacking me. I'm going to tell you what. This is one guy I'd just like take out behind the woodshed and let old Dean come out for a minute.
Let's go, dude. Tell me where. Let me beat some fucking sense into you. Not that I condone violence, but he's literally threatening right now. So, fuck this guy.
All right.
Old Dean. The old Dean.
Wow.
Go
threatening
fuck
physical
yourself.
Violence. That's real Christ-like of you, Dean. There's no hate like Christian love, am I right? Anyway, if you thought it couldn't get any dumber than all
God,
this,
these
you'd
people
be
are
wrong.
disgusting.
If you want to understand the United Nations map, once you understand Antarctica, this is Antarctica. The Antarctic continent like this does not exist. And the bases are distributed like this, according to Vibes of Cosmos, on the moon map. That's why the moon, we always see the same face.
It's a little late for...
What? What?
Content like this does not exist, and the bases are distributed like this, according to Vibes of Cosmos, on the moon map. That's why the moon, we always see the same face.
It's a little late for Antarctica does not exist, morons. You picked your best and brightest and sent them there yourselves. Speaking of which...
I would believe about the dimensional merge before I believed anything that moron was saying on stage. Because we know that there are multiple dimensions that we don't have access to, right? Like it's not a stretch to think that there are more dimensions of time that we just simply can't comprehend.
I would believe a lot more than whatever. I don't even know what that guy was saying.
I don't either.
Was he saying that Antarctica doesn't exist and all these things are the faces of the moon and they're keeping the faces of the moon from spinning, so they're holding it? That's why we see it, because it doesn't. What?
I don't know. I don't understand anything that he just said because he said nothing. He just said Antarctica doesn't exist and this is the fucking moon. We see one face of the moon. This is how the bases on the moon are laid out. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
I don't. This is all about the sun, not the moon.
Jaron and Austin have been universally shunned from the entire Flat Earth community,
which is
just as
wrong.
Most of us predicted. Here's another douche named Dustin Nemos who decided to challenge Austin to a debate. For context, this is an example of the level of integrity we're dealing with.
Bring it up, liar. Daylight savings to fix it in a couple years.
Bring it up, little
didn't need leap
liar.
years.
Come on, liar. Bring it up. You made the claim.
Are you a pedophile?
Okay. All right.
Really?
We are going.
Are you a pedophile?
All right, Ryan.
Can we just stop calling people that, please? Can we stop desensitizing people to what that actually is? Can we stop using that as a gotcha to make people look bad and to do character assassination on people that are not actually such? Like, fucking stop it.
It's such a rampant problem, and it's been so desensitized because
I'm so tired of that shit, dude. It's fucking ridiculous.
Ryan?
We're on
Ryan,
mute. Sorry, Dustin. We can't.
I agree.
Yeah, we can't be doing.
Called me a liar?
No, we're done.
Yeah, when someone catches you in a lie, just call them a pedophile. Classic flirf tactic. I think there's a job waiting for you at the Daily Wire, Dusty. Anyway, here he is with Austin, desperately trying to maintain this idiotic charade that they were in a studio of some kind.
Oh no, I missed that! Is this the guy that went to Antarctica up here?
No. I don't know if that's the guy who went to Antarctica.
Like, I wish they had their names on here, because I don't know who these people are. Oh, they do, but it's so fucking blurry, I can't see it.
We're done.
Yeah, when someone catches you in a lie, just call them a pedophile.
4Kids said that Japan
Classic
doesn't
flirt
exist.
Tactic. I think
4Kids
there's a
was
job
trash.
waiting for you at the Daily Wire, Dusty. Anyway, here he
There's
is
some
with
really
Austin,
funny
desperately trying to
edits
maintain this
in that,
idiotic
though.
charade that they were in a studio of some kind.
Is your claim basically that the Owen Benjamin stream was in a different place that wasn't in the studio?
I would, imagine that would be afterwards, that in response to Vapegate, basically.
So, like, we were somewhere with Antarctic mountains that was cold, or I don't understand.
I don't doubt that you guys flew there.
Okay.
The footage of you flying there seems real. I haven't checked it out. People have alleged it's fake. I don't necessarily believe it is.
It's insane.
I believe that you took a trip to Antarctica, gave you real footage, and then you did the rest in a studio set.
They live streamed it. It was a live stream.
Hey, Matthew, the dome flies.
CGI does not happen in a live setting.
Matthew, the dome flies.
That's why we get footage of behind the scenes and shit, because that footage still exists, because they have to then take that footage and add all the crazy shit that you see in movies.
Well, you tell me movies didn't actually happen? That actually is a belief, too. Oxygen is fake, yeah, no, it's all the buoyancy.
Where there was no
every time they bring up density and buoyancy, it hurts my soul just a little bit
Okay,
more.
so you're saying that we went
Part
to
of me
Antarctica, and in Antarctica at Union Glacier, there's a studio. And so we're normally just in Antarctica at Union Glacier, everything's all normal. And then they take us to a studio so that we can fake the sun. And inside that studio, it's not cold.
For all I know, you guys went there last year.
So this guy here, this example they're giving, where this guy's like holding his breath and then blowing smoke out, and then holding his breath and then blowing a little bit more out and holding his breath. The dude was talking. They had the guy on footage during a live stream that needs to never be forgotten, that it was live streamed, where he was talking and you could see his breath, because it was colder that day than it was the previous
Matthew,
day.
that was him turning down the temperature in the studio.
Did they literally say that?
I don't know if they did or not, but that's gonna be my.
Or you went to the
Debunking.
Vegas sphere.
Well, okay, so for one, you would have to claim that the Owen Benjamin live stream is not live.
It could be live. I mean, you guys had internet for that one, but you did that afterwards, you said. So
Yeah, but wait,
as far as I
time out.
can see, that's
I'm
in
confused.
response to VapeGate. That seems sus.
So are you saying I broadcasted my live stream, but it wasn't actually live?
No, it could be live, and it could still be somewhere that is cold.
Well, you said we could have filmed it last year, so you're now going to have to throw that off the table, obviously, because I was
enough.
interacting with the live chat at the time.
So they did go to Antarctica, but they filmed the sun in a studio. That's why there was no cold breath. And maybe they filmed the sun at the Vegas Sphere, which of course is completely idiotic.
I'm glad that he's showing this. I'm glad that he is showing this because the actual physical structure of this seat is part of the building.
Because it's full of seats for people to watch shows.
I still really want to go to this thing.
So that makes no sense whatsoever. I've never seen flat earthers grasp at straws like this. It's so pathetic, even for them.
I think we can accept now that Witsit has been compromised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we agree.
Yeah.
Who?
However,
That's the guy with the beard.
could we turn him into a double agent?
Oh, look! It's our favorite sovereign douchebag again!
Sovereign Unchained Mind.
Yeah!
No.
Now,
He's back, dude!
I would
He's
say
back!
he must have some-
He's not in his space station though, so he must have been compromised as well.
Ryan, and then pull it apart.
He's now a
Can he kill
triple
his
agent.
family, though? Okay, go ahead.
They won't kill anybody's
Yeah, that guy's a
family.
moron,
What?
too.
Okay, go
Listen, he must have some evidence that this was rigged. He must have either emails or payment into his bank account or something that he could show us all and spill the beans. I will give him $100 if he does that.
You've got to be kidding me! So because he's not giving out any evidence, because none exists to give out.
No, there does exist, but
He's hoarding it.
Yeah, no, he has it, but he can't give it because he's now working for. He's been compromised by the Freemasons, so they want to turn him into a
fucking
double agent.
old men, dude.
Keep in mind that the Freemasons, the people who spend $2.3 billion on a globe, and also the $35,000 to fly them all out there, is only paying them less than $100, and so this guy's going to pay them $100 to release the truth.
I like how he said it too. I would pay him $100.
And spill the beans. I will give him $100 if he does that, and I'm sure you would all give. It would be a
Dude, that's
world
$700.
changer.
Wow, a whole $100. Come on, guys, let's pool together all the money we made mowing lawns over the summer and see if we can bribe Austin into being a double agent in our super awesome spy games. It would change the world. Jesus fucking Christ, the way their thought process genuinely mirrors that of a small child playing pretend on the playground is absolutely tragic. My friends, we are witnessing the splintering.
I think he's probably got better things to do than to dumb himself down listening to these mouth-drooling morons try to explain away proof that their fucking flat Earth doesn't work. So,
yeah.
Also,
probably.
we get, like I said, a baker's dozen views if we're lucky. I'm
Yeah.
sure he would be like, gathering, oh, fuck that shit.
And hopefully the final
Still, hey, Charlie, you want to come hang out with us and make fun of flat earthers? It's lots of fun.
Yeah, we can make a whole thing about it.
demise of the flat earth community. It's complete chaos. Jaren and Austin have been cast out as shills. Anyone who
Stop
pushes
it!
back
Well,
on
you're
any-
doing it to me! Okay, so, real quick, I want to run a little bit of an experiment for ourselves on this channel, because I uploaded a short trying to kind of show you guys what goes on when I do this with my headphones. Now, you're hearing it louder on this side because the microphone's here.
Yeah, the microphone's turned off now. And hold on. So the microphone's off, so it's completely turned off. So the theory the guy was saying was that, or whoever it was saying was that the microphone, so I could hear it lighter on one side, and that's how I was doing it. So the microphone's turned off. I'm going to cover my eyes again, and he's going to do the exact same thing. So covering my eyes.
for a split second, I need to turn this microphone on so you guys can hear me. So you got obviously.
Well, that is over on the left.
You can't hear that through the headphones now because I have my microphone muted. So neither can he. And I'm going to display this with the headphones themselves too. It's the weirdest shit, and I don't understand how it works. So he can tell
that's the right
which side I'm absolutely tapping on. And I'm going to mute this microphone too, just so that there's no confusion there.
Right. Now you're like scratching the left. You're like triple tapping the right. Triple tapping the right. Right. Left. You're doing both now. And like it was like left, right.
Okay. Now he's going to do the same, and I'm going to put the ear cup up to this microphone and hope that it picks it up. Tap it. Tap. I don't know if the mic will pick it up, but it's so strange.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But it feels like it literally. It also gives you the feeling like it feels like he's tapping on mine.
It literally feels like somebody's coming up to you and tapping on the side of your ear cup. It is so bizarre, and I can't explain why that happens. I'm sure it has something to do with the fact that our wires run into headphone splitters and then into my computer. But it's still very strange, and I would like an actual explanation, like the physics behind that. How does that happen? How does that work?
Idiotic talking points like the green screen thing are also accused of being shills. The rest of them can't agree on anything whatsoever. They can't agree on whether this group of people actually went to Antarctica or not, with some still claiming the Vegas sphere bullshit. They can't agree on whether the 24-hour sun was real or not, with some claiming it was fake and others desperately coming up with insane ad hoc explanations for how it could work on a flat Earth.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
One of these days I'm going to have you watch Mini Minuteman debunk a fucking archaeology conspiracy.
Earth. And they are all...
Save it for a discussion hall. Like I said, these are going to become our... I think these are going to be our every Friday stream. We're just going to do discussion halls. Because I enjoy them so much. And honestly, I think they're probably more engaging to watch than gameplay on the VOD side of things. So...
just incessantly going back and forth about...
I'll still do
studio
gaming
this,
myself during the
shadows
week,
that,
and maybe
dome
occasionally
this,
we'll do a
fake
gaming
that.
session
They're
together
in
on
complete
Saturdays,
panic mode.
but
And
I don't
once
know.
again, the flat earthers who went down there now know exactly what it feels like to interact with flat earthers. Their brand of dishonesty, gaslighting, reality denial,
My Bowser plush ain't fake,
accusations, and
dude!
infantile delusions
He's dusty.
has now been experienced firsthand by Jaren and
That's
Austin.
all
They
CGI
have
on
had
this
to
live
listen
stream,
to
Matthew.
The rest of these bottom feeders tell them to their face that they didn't go to Antarctica, that they didn't see a 24-hour sun, that they're paid shills just like mean old Professor Dave. In fact, as a result of the experience, Jaren has quit Flat Earth. Here's a live stream where he announces that he's leaving the Globebusters.
I just really appreciate it. I mean, you guys are my family. I hate to have
By
to...
the way, pause it. That one on the top middle.
What's it?
Yeah, that is the other guy who went to Antarctica.
Okay. And I just want to point out here, did you hear what he said? He said, I'll just let him say it again.
I just really appreciate it. I mean, you guys are my family. I hate to have to duck out, but I'm going to. And there's multiple reasons for that. But really, I'll just explain simply what I've seen that has kind of made me take a step back and go, okay, I need to look at this whole thing. And that is really the idea of what the South Pole is. And where we were at 79 degrees south with a sun at 15 degrees at its low, 35 at its high, going down to Antarctica, seeing the way the sun works there and comprehending what I was looking at tells me that the South Pole does exist. The AE map to me was disqualified by what I saw. And so I know a lot of people have things to say like, well, what about other maps? Couldn't there be other maps? Couldn't there be? And I think that that's kind of a little bit silly, just in the fact that I think the continents are the way that they are. Now, I thought that when I came back that there would be a good group of people that were ready to tackle the problem.
Do you see why I say this is actually, in my opinion, kind of sad?
Yeah.
Like, these people are people that he considered his family, dude.
And he came back, and he was like, okay, let's discuss it, see how this would be possible. And they all are like, chill.
Yeah, and he's immediately a pariah, and they have nothing to do with him now. That's disgusting, man.
But it's also great
That's
to
all
get out
you
of that
need
type
to
of
know
toxic
about these
relationship.
people. That's all you need to know about these people. They're just bad people. In general, they're just not good people.
They remind me of another group of people that I'll tell Matthew on stream. I don't step on toes.
And instead, I saw a flat earth, and I'm not saying everybody. I'm saying maybe it's a small group, but I saw a group that had thrown their hands up and said it doesn't matter. Another group that said it was fake. Another group that said I was a shill. I'm happy to leave the show in Alan's hands and in Austin's hands. They obviously still think that there is something here, and I get that, and I understand that, and I'm excited to see what they bring forward. But for me, I would feel like I'm not being honest with people if I don't be honest with people, right? If I don't,
And
tell
he
you
gains
that
respect
I honestly can't see
for
it
that
working
alone.
anymore. As far as the map, as far as the layout, the globe at least explains the sun to me in a way that works. To have its South Pole and then to know that there's a North Pole, I don't really know where to go with that, other than that to me I was wrong about the flat Earth.
Hallelujah. Jaren has seen the light. It seems like Austin and the other big brains are going to kick the can around and milk the grift a little while longer by pretending to do science with ridiculous pseudo-explanations for what they saw. Presumably there are others who can see how ridiculous this all is, and hopefully they can exercise an ounce of critical thinking to realize how this is exactly...
There's no stars, therefore it is faked! That's my favorite argument, because you can't see stars here, that it's faked.
I've never heard that one before.
Really? That's how they're like, look, this is all done on a stage, because you can't see space. When you look up, you see stars. It's like when people do a reaction on the faked moon landing someday, too.
What moon landing?
Probably not, because I get really fucking heated about that shit.
That's kind of why I want to take you to a thing that you're not so familiar with.
Deniers sound like, or anyone who denies
It
the
also
existence
helps you learn something.
Yeah, I like learning.
Of satellites, the ISS, rockets,
And
probes,
seeing
and
another
all the
group
rest.
of idiots.
Idiots arguing about whether someone hit a vape pen, while intelligent people send objects through the solar system and other remarkable achievements.
Dude, Voyager 1 has officially become the first man-made interstellar object.
I was going to say, it didn't leave our
Yes, it has
galaxy.
officially left the, I think it's the heliosphere, like the protective bubble that our sun produces against the greater cult, or cosmic...
Greater cult.
The greater cult, the greater
The
cosmic
Freudian slip,
wind.
Matthew, the Freemasons are out there.
No, I just think that's really,
Beyond
really
our-
cool stuff.
Yeah.
That we, as humanity, we have officially stepped outside of our solar system
And
entirely.
We're not even a Type 1 civilization.
I think that's really cool, man.
Never has there been a better case study than this regarding the psychology of conspiracy and the cult-like devotion that has to be maintained at all times in order to survive such undeniable evidence to the contrary. Anyway, after all that, let's check in with Will Duffy one more time to get his take on how things went down there and what's coming next for him and everyone else who took the trip. Will, welcome back to Civilization. Looks like you had a great time down there in Antarctica. Just first things first, how was your experience? Just tell me, you have a good time. What was it all about?
It was incredible. Definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm so
Yeah, and you could have taken me, you jackass.
That's why the Earth is flat, because you didn't
Fuck
take
this guy.
me.
I don't believe it because I didn't go. No My Melody, no cinnamon roll, no Hello Kitty. Dude, Darcy was like really, really into that stuff when she was a kid. She's got like Hello Kitty socks and stuff.
They don't exist. They don't exist.
They don't exist. They're fake.
so grateful I was able to do this. Prior to going, people were telling me that Antarctica is the most beautiful place on Earth, and I couldn't buy that. I thought they were just telling me that to get me to go, but it is, I can say now firsthand, the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
That's a bold statement. I've seen some incredible views. I took a picture the other day of a sunrise at work that was quite literally breathtaking. It was amazing. Maybe I'll. Oh no! It's actually I posted it in a community post on the channel. So if you're interested, go to my community tab and it's there.
Maybe we'll go to Antarctica to disprove this. Obviously, he's lying.
But yeah, I mean,
he went to Greenland.
When you see things in person, they are always better. Like pictures never do them justice. Video never does them justice. So yeah, man, I really would like to see it. I'd like to see Antarctica.
I've told you this before. I would love to travel.
Me too. I want to just travel all over, man.
And like go to other like places.
Experience different cultures. Learn about how different people live. Like
different foods.
I would love that. I would love to do that. But unfortunately, traveling is horribly expensive.
Guys, let's get to 1 million subscribers so we can start saving up for this trip.
We'll start doing live streams from all over the globe, guys.
We'll do.
Come on,
we'll do globular
share this with your
stream.
friends. Get us to 1 million subs. 1 million sub club.
And once we get enough
1 million
savings,
sub club.
we will,
let's go. Start now.
We'll do globular streams. We'll stream from every single.
That'll be our 1 million sub special. We'll travel to a foreign country.
Where are we going?
If I had my pick of a foreign country to visit immediately, it would be Egypt. Because I find the history of that area so absolutely fascinating that that's where I would want to start.
Yay! I can't wait. I already know exactly what video. It's another like hour long.
Oh, perfect. Another 4-hour discussion hall.
Wow. A frozen, barren wasteland.
I think it's longer than this.
Magic to the eyes. That's pretty cool. Let's see. So, obviously, the highlight was just, there is a 24-hour sun. Everyone has to admit it. What was that like for the flat earthers? How many flat earthers were there? It
4.
was 4. Okay, so let's just talk about the reaction of each of the 4 of them to that fact.
Yeah, so when we got there, one of the flat earthers was on a tour of the Union Glacier campsite to know where everything was, where to eat, where to go to the bathroom, all of that.
Matthew.
And one of the flat
maybe
earthers.
You will be in a conspiracy. People will start seeing us and doing this, and they'll be like, they scripted that. I can see through my palms.
That's why I was kind of trying to get the microphone to pick up the tapping noise, but I don't know if it did or not. I don't think so.
Asked this host giving them this tour, when does the sun set?
Like, I wanted there to be
And
no
the
room
ALE guy
for
just
any
says
kind
it
of
doesn't, and kept on giving the tour. And so that's the
Can't think of the
first
word I'm
moment
looking
where it started to set in. Like, wait a minute, we're really going to see a 24-hour sun.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first day at midnight, we live streamed. Sun was still up. And so for multiple days on end, they got to see the sun just circle the sky,
Which would be so
never
cool.
set, never went below the horizon. And you could tell it really rocked their world. And I will say to give them credit.
Like it would have. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the stream. Could you imagine having your entire belief system completely destroyed in that moment? Because it would be undeniable that you were there seeing what is happening. Like, that's kind of interesting. I wonder, there's almost like a human study to be done there. Maybe somebody should get a bunch of flat earthers together. I'm talking like a big group of them, like several thousands of them together, and do something like this just to kind of see the psychological effects of what it would be like to have that happen. Just thinking about it, you know?
Credit, they did believe they would see a setting sun when we went down there. So the fact that they saw something that
Who's
really
an
kind of
asshole?
shook their
This guy, I don't
foundations
think he's
was
an
a good
asshole.
thing.
I mean, he didn't take me down to
So you were
Antarctica,
there
so
for a
fuck
total
him,
how many
but
days?
He's
at
an
that
asshole.
site.
We only ended up being at Union Glacier Camp for 4 days. It was originally supposed to be 5, but bad weather was coming in, and you
But
can
say-
get stuck in Antarctica for a long time, and so they pulled us out a day early.
Still, 4 days is plenty to see it go around 4 times, and luck.
no, he is not. The guy, well, he was never a flat Earth believer, I don't think.
Who?
The priest.
Yeah, no, Will Duffy wasn't a flat Earth.
Um,
When the final experiment first was announced, this was brought up in the previous video with Professor Dave, so I will explain it. When the final experiment was first announced, it was believed because how weird it was that the person actually was a flat earther, and then he was like, he actually made a video. Eventually, it was like, guys, I am a pastor at this thing. I believe in a globular Earth, but I want to try to bring these two communities together to do one final experiment, and I was trying to figure it out. And
the one thing that says one thing is possible with this one, but not possible with this one is the 24-hour day. So let's take a group of each of you and go to Antarctica. And of course, the globe people were like, yes, let's go! And then the flat earth was like,
all but 4.
I actually hurt my leg this last decade, so I can't really go for another
Dave
200.
Dave is an asshole for the same reason that I don't kind of pull my punches with these people, because misinformation is dangerous. And
that and being an asshole is kind of his brand.
It wasn't at one point. Like, if you go back and watch his original video talking to the flat earthers, he doesn't even curse in that video. And it's like over an hour and a half long.
It also makes more money.
Yes, but I guarantee you he just got tired
that's probably
repeating the same things over and over and over and over and over and over.
That, and they get more and more aggressive towards him.
Correct. So, in response, he gets aggressive towards them.
Like, when he talks to Jaren, I know Jaren's now an ex-flat earther, but when he talks to Jaren as the most recent one, he's very cordial. And it's more of a, actual talk, rather than...
Is Antarctica real? Yes, it is. Yes. Just go...
He's also not a scientist, he's a science communicator.
That is true. He is not a scientist. He doesn't refer to himself as a scientist. He's a professor. He was a professor in a college. He taught curriculum in a college, but he's not a scientist. He doesn't study science for a job. That's not how he pays his bills. So therefore, he's not a scientist.
Also, another reason that
you're being sarcastic. Okay, oof. Oh.
But another reason that he is like this is because these people are passionate about their thing. Like the archaeologist I watch, he's passionate about it. He enjoys it. So when he's seeing people bring up things like the pyramid is a power plant, the Great Pyramid of Giza is a power plant. You'll learn more about that later.
Oh boy, that's a future one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the video I'm gonna show. I don't know. Is it in that first? Because he has 2 parts of this.
Next Friday, guys, we're gonna learn about the power plants of Egypt.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Let's get this finished. We're almost done.
Not too cloudy, good visibility.
Yeah, the weather cleared up when we got there.
I love that Mario hat. That one right there. Mario hat's awesome,
told
dude.
Me that they've had horrible weather for 2 months, and he said literally as soon as you guys got here, weather is perfect. So yeah, the skies were blue. We were able to not only see the 24-hour sun with our own eyes, but get high definition video of it as well.
Okay, and so obviously everyone was down there. What was everybody doing? Was everyone doing live streams, or they also were doing different various experiments, or?
Yeah, so we set up, at one time I counted 10 different cameras going. We had 360-degree cameras, because the flat earthers like to say that when there's a video, like if NASA releases a video or someone on the ISS releases a video, they say, oh, they're not showing you the other side because the other side is a set and there's people there. So we use 300,
which is just fucking stupid.
Just listen to the amount of things they did to get ahead of these flat earthers. It's crazy.
60-degree video so they could see everything going on around us.
Yeah.
We had them set up at different angles just in case they were to find the stitch line and say that that was some sort of an edit. We also had cameras with solar filters on them to take pictures of the sun, specifically sunspots. That was to show that it's the same sun everybody else is seeing in the rest of the world.
Not a spotlight or anything ridiculous like that, yeah.
Yeah, no sun simulators or anything like that.
Holy shit, they really went all out, man. They were really thinking about every angle.
Only work on a globe that were tracking the sun through the sky. So there was a lot going on.
Yeah, they did literally everything they
sounds
physically
very
could.
So I guess,
and they are still getting told that it was fake.
Yep. That's these people.
The big question, do any of the 4 flat earthers no longer identify as flat earthers?
I do believe that 2 of them, at least, are going to admit that they were wrong.
That arm cannon was a Christmas gift from my sister, dude.
Based on
thing's awesome.
I've had with them.
I'm actually surprised you
I'm
can see
let
that.
Them
it's like way over there in the corner.
Public announcement whenever they
maybe it was when you were moving.
And
that could be
Austin and Jaren, and then the girl Lisbeth, I think, and who's the 4th one?
Yeah, so Lisbeth Acosta, and then the 4th one was Jonathan Morandi. Now, interesting part here is he's actually a Hollywood filmmaker, and he's a flat earther. So he went with us in order to film.
What films has he made? What was his name?
Jonathan Morandi.
Now, Yeah, so Lisbeth Acosta, and then the fourth one was Jonathan Morandi. Now, interesting part here is he's actually a Hollywood filmmaker, and he's a flat earther. So he went with us in order to film
How do you spell his
everything,
name?
and he'll be actually making a documentary later this year
of the
on our
whole
trip.
experience. Okay, that's pretty interesting. What about the Candace Owens producer guy? What was he doing?
Yeah, his name is Mark Herman,
or spell his name.
and he was there to kind of represent Candace Owens. And I can tell you that as soon as we got to Antarctica, within the first probably hour, we understood where things were. We got the Wi-Fi password for Starlink, which again only works on a globe. And Mark and I actually FaceTimed Candace to let her know, hey, we're here. And we told her a little bit more about the experiment, and she was like, well, let me know what happens. And so we
Jonathan's
did
a cool name.
confirm for her that there is a 24-hour sun, and she does realize that means the globe
Is your
side
last name Mirandi?
has one. And I do believe she will be having a couple of people, one from each side, on her show at some point.
Okay, interesting. Presumably you, I suppose, as the
I think it's actually going to end up being MC Toon and Austin Whitsitt. They were originally going to be on her show prior to us going, making their predictions, but she got really sick and had to cancel it. So I think it'll be those two, and they're fine.
Fascinating. Okay, so now the real question here is, what is the reaction of the Flat Earth community? Obviously, this is, I have yet to make the video, but I've been looking through your notes, and so I have some idea, and the viewer right now has just watched my whole video, probably explaining it, but let's hear from your perspective. What are they talking about?
It's kind of cool that he had the whole
How
video
frustrating
planned out
is it?
ahead of time.
What's your,
like
what's
he
your
knew
take
which
on it?
pieces were going to go where.
Yeah, the reactions have been
I'm not
nothing
good at
short of
video planning
insane.
like that at all.
The amount of conspiracies that already
even learn how to
exist,
video edit.
I've lost count.
I can do that.
It was a mere hours
I don't think I'm
after
very good
we
at it,
live
but I have
streamed
fun.
and showed the midnight sun, still up at midnight from Antarctica, that they were already coming up with green screen conspiracies, and so we found that out while we were out there. So within 10 hours of this green screen conspiracy, we did another live stream and debunked that by me flying my drone behind me. There was no screen behind me, doing multiple live streams around each other at the same time. But the conspiracies have just come fast and furious. Breathgate, Footprint Gate, Drone Gate, the list goes on and on. They will do anything other than just taking an honest look
They will do anything but admit they were wrong.
at what we did, the evidence, and most importantly, the fact that they had 4 flat earthers, not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 flat earthers with us who are all testifying, hey, this is real. We saw it with our own eyes.
Yeah, 4 Flat Earth shills is more like it, right? How much did you pay them? So yeah, I find it interesting. I mean, while you were there, obviously you were able to react in real time and dispel things that they were saying. It's a green screen. No, it's not. Look around. This is not how that works.
It's still green screen.
So has
It's just in a dome.
But they flew the drone 5,000 feet into the air.
Yeah, Matthew, it's 6,000 feet wide, 10,000 feet up.
Now, was the drone live streamed? Was that live streamed footage from the drone, or was that
I
just?
think so.
Like, I don't have that information. I don't have that.
Well, he said that it
confirmed.
was live streamed from different angles, and he showed the camera.
No, I'm talking about the footage of the drone flying straight up.
Okay.
Was that a live streamed event, or did they just film that? Because if they filmed that, then they could just be like, "Oh, well, it's fake video. It's a fake fucking. It's AI." I was waiting for that to pop up at some point. I'm surprised it didn't.
Anything changed since you left? Right now that you're no longer there, you cannot show anyone what's going on in Antarctica anymore. Has anything evolved? Has the community internally agreed?
They
no,
were
this
able to
is
convince a
not-
few people.
Not the case, but let's move on to this
Mhm.
other insane
Oops, comment.
idea. Is there
I missed
any
it.
evolution to their reaction to this?
Terrible fake
So they're completely
evolutions.
disjointed. In my opinion, they're imploding. So there's no agreement whatsoever. There's just a ton of infighting. I hopped on
Too
a
late.
panel just
It's
the
out
other
there in
day.
the ether.
There's
The internet
like
never
5
forgets.
flat
I've already
earthers.
said it.
they were saying things that were all just completely false. So I hopped on. To
Yeah,
kind of
I've
clear
said a
the
few
record,
that they could
and
use.
these 5 flat earthers all disagreed. They don't know what to do. They don't know whether or not there's a 24-hour sun. They don't know whether or not to say we were actually in Antarctica or not. They don't know whether or not to say it was fake and it was done in a studio. So there's no agreement whatsoever. The latest crazy theory is some guy who has zero training. He's a flat earther. He has zero training in body language, is claiming that he can read our body language and can tell we didn't actually see a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And he also claimed that Jaron said something when we were in Antarctica. And so I...
Did you know that body language is completely unusable in a court of law? Like if somebody is interrogated...
Because everyone has different
Exactly.
idiosyncrasies.
So,
yeah.
I mean...
Like
literally,
instance,
that's all I need to say.
In
Like,
America, it is very polite. It is like, not polite, but it is just natural to stare into somebody's eyes as you're having a conversation. But like Japan, you're not supposed to look into people's eyes. That's
or like our
rude.
tendency to say "excuse me" when we're walking by somebody is
Yeah.
not universal.
No.
Like, it's just that's all that needs to be said. Body language cannot be used as a form of evidence for anything. Can it be used to kind of steer you in a direction during an investigation?
Sorry, man.
Sure.
I didn't bring the snow and ice with me. I forgot to bring it. We're gonna have to do this.
They should have
again.
brought some fucking. I would like if I went to Antarctica, I'd bring some snow back. They may not have been allowed to though. Like I don't know what the Antarctic Treaty says about the removal of snow and ice from Antarctica.
Well, also, it would probably just.
Well, you could keep it in the thermos and keep it for a while and be
on a plane.
Yeah, why not? There was a lady who was able to do that for her kids. She flew. She was like up north somewhere, and was able to travel from the northern United States down to Florida, where her kids never had seen snow. Opened the thermos, and dumped the snow out, and they were able to experience what snow felt like for the first time.
You know, that'd be fine until you get to the point where it's everywhere, covering your car in snow and ice, and you gotta. What do you?
Brandon doesn't like snow.
Connected him with Jaron, and Jaron said,
Brandon's
I
a
didn't
miserable
say that.
old fart.
But of course, he's not going to believe Jaron, but he will believe something he thinks he heard in a live stream.
Okay. Yeah, of course. So I guess my last question would be, does any of this surprise you? Did you expect this from Flat Earthers or not?
I am disappointed and I am surprised. Now, people around me like you and others who have been in this space much longer are not surprised, and I can see why. You've heard these types of arguments and excuses and wild, crazy conspiracies for years, so you saw it coming. I didn't, but I will say we tried to think of as much as possible that they would come up with ahead of time.
Yeah.
And so we collected nearly 100 terabytes of data. We have released a mere fraction of that, and all of the things that they're saying are easily debunked and will be debunked. And in my opinion, they're just digging their own grave.
Yeah, you did. I'll give you that. You did try to preemptively dispel, and I mean,
much.
That's the thing, is that when you're not as insane as a flat earther, it's hard to imagine what insane things they'll come up with. But you can't, like, oh, that's not the sun. Yes, it is. Let's do the solar photography. You did try to just think of everything that they could possibly say. Yet, lo and behold, they've come up with other insane things.
That's because they were looking at footage and making things up on the spot. Like the shadow thing, where the guy's shadow grew in length because the perspective changed.
Ninja, I completely agree. I can't wait for that.
I don't know what that is.
So, the Dana Terrace, I think her name is, was the producer and the creator of The Owl House. And then Disney canceled her show. And this is her, without having to make it children's content or anything, this is her, like, being able to create a story completely unrestricted.
That sounds cool.
And I am so hyped for it. Dana Terrace, I think is her
Like,
name.
there were some pretty dark concepts in that already with the constraints of Disney.
I know. There's literally a part at the end of the thing where they curb stomp the villain.
Like, that sounds... I like animated shows.
I'm super... after we end this, I'll show you the trailer.
Because that is their nature. I'm not surprised at all, but it is going to be interesting to see what happens moving forward, and like what if they have, new people are going to try to rise up and be, I'm the new leader of the thing and I know what's going on. And it's just the funniest thing in the world to me. And I know that a lot of my viewers also find it extremely humorous. So that's all I can think of. But anything else you want to talk about in terms of what your plans are moving forward, what you're going to do? Anything else?
Yeah, so the most important thing is we are releasing all of the information on all of the experiments that we did on our channel on YouTube, The Final Experiment. There's a playlist called The Final Experiments, plural. That's going to be the most important thing that we are giving back to the world.
I actually want to go to that channel before we end this.
Entire endeavor.
What? The Final Experiment.
The purpose of that
I want to look at some of the footage.
We do not believe
just because I know it's
going
to be absolutely awesome footage.
There's going to be 15 videos. They all confirm the globe. And so if you
I'll
know
make sure
somebody,
to put a link to that
friend or
channel
family
in
member
the
who's
description of this as well.
Share these videos with them. They're very convincing. And if you meet someone who's considering Flat Earth, share these videos with them because they are that powerful and I think will prevent people from believing this myth in the future.
Sure. I think the best we can do here, there are many that are just too far gone, but there are those who run the risk of falling down the pipeline, and we can catch them before they fall. So, yeah, you heard it here. If you are fascinated by what went on down there, you can check out the TFE YouTube channel, and there's going to be all those experiments up there if you want to see exactly what went on. And but that's it.
All right,
Thanks
so
very
they
much
haven't
for doing this. It's been incredibly hilarious to watch from afar and see what is going on with the Flat Earth community. So I thank you for it.
Appreciate you having me.
Well, that about does it. It goes without saying, but nobody alive today is more pathetic than the few remaining flat earthers. They will make up absolutely anything, no matter how transparently insane, to cling to their pointless identity. They could be brought up to low Earth orbit to see the Earth from space for themselves, and they would claim that NASA implanted microchips in their eyeballs. Their own God could come down to Earth and personally tell them it's a sphere, and they'd simply remark that the conspiracy goes up even higher than they thought. After all this, anyone who still identifies as a flat earther is either a grifting douchebag with no other source of income, like Dubé or Oakley, or an impenetrable brick wall of delusion that should be completely ignored forever. With Jaron and Austin cast aside as shills, some others will rise up in the ranks. They'll get too close to reality, say the wrong thing, and be cast aside as shills themselves, only to repeat the cycle like the world's dumbest merry-go-round. As for me, with this Antarctica trip completed and the aftermath covered, I don't see what there could possibly be left.
See, what he lacks, Brandon, is an inventive imagination. Just wait. I can't wait to see the things that they come up with next.
Left to say about flat earthers, but I've said this several times before and I was wrong each time, so I guess you'll hear from me about these bozos the next time something needs to be said, whenever that may be. Until next time.
Not all heroes wear capes. Not all heroes wear capes. Yeah, man, that was invigorating. I enjoyed every bit of that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me. So Brandon got me on this fucking flat earth kick, man.
And now I'm going to get him on archaeology.
And now he's going to get me all pissed off at people.
It'll be one person.
Did you know that the ancient Egyptians had electricity? They had light bulbs.
That didn't dare.
If you're interested in learning about the existence of these Egyptian light bulbs, make sure you sub to the channel. Make sure you leave a like on this live stream. We had a great time. I hope you did too. And make sure you come back to us next Friday. We're going to be doing another discussion hall discussing that topic, so that's going to be a blast.
We're going to be, I'll tell you the name of the video now if you guys want to watch it now. It is by the channel Mini Minute Man, and it's Philip Zeba Debunked.
What was it? One more time.
It's the channel Mini Minute Man.
Mini Minute Man.
Yes. And the video is going to be called Philip Zeba Debunked Part 1.
There you go. There you have it. But guys, that is going to conclude this this almost fucking 4-hour live stream. That was fun. Like I said, Professor Dave's video is in the description of this live stream. Go over there, check it out. You know, and you know, you get to watch it without us talking over and interrupting, and come to your own conclusions. If you think that flat Earth is a thing, bring those arguments to the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you, an actual conversation. So, but guys, we'll catch you on the Gathering Hall next Friday for sure. Take care. Have a good night. Does this still work? Hey, guess what? That still works.